Jalapeno, 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 jalapeno.
And there was much rejoicing.
streaky! Come on! Come on! We're streaky! Come on!
Warning. Some viewers may find the following stream inspiring. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello. Good morning. How are we doing? Are we having a good ribbit?
Sorry.
Oh my goodness, there it is. Thank you, Lodoc. Tell me Lodoc's here without telling me Lodoc's here. There we go. There's the predicts that we almost didn't have. In fact, the predicts that
Happy Star Wars Month, Dark Muppeteer. If you give anything a shot during May, please have a better aim than a stormtrooper.
Hey, bump, bump, bump. Got any grapes?
So I forgot to close out the predicts yesterday. So when the stream started, we had no predicts. So I had to quickly close it out and then quickly start the new predicts. And that was why it overran a few seconds. And you might even have been crafty enough.
Beyond the last mountain, the very last mountain, beyond the last Zinnika Zanika tree dream, beyond the last Humph bush, the very last Humph bush, there is a vacuolous vacant prairie, the prairie of Prax, and the tale of the Zax.
Thank you, Blint. And happy Star Wars Month, Bardi. Happy Star Wars Month, Dark Muppeteer.
Happy Star Wars Month, Bardaki. If you give anything a shot during May, please have a better aim than a stormtrooper.
I mean, wise words. Anyway, how are we all doing? Are we having a good day so far?
Ribbit for your pleasure.
Ribbit.
Boogie that.
Happy Star Wars month at One Guy 319.
Well,
If
yes,
you give
they
anything
call
a
it
shot
the
during May,
street.
please have a better aim than a stormtrooper.
Fast thing on 2 feet. He's just as proud as he can be of his anatomy. He gon' give us a peek. Well, yes, they call him the street. Like to show off his physique. If there's an audience to be found, he'll be streaking it round, inviting public critique.
All right, I see certain people woke up and chose chaos, anarchy, violence. Anyway, how are we doing? How's our Friday Eve? How's our Thursday going? I get that it's further along for some than others. For me, it's 10:18 a.m., so it's still fairly early. Yeah, in this neck of the woods. Nice to see people using the ribbit command. That's very nice. And yeah, I had to manually, I right-clicked the button, kick off the prediction today. That's why it was a few seconds later. As we saw, it's not Sonic, it's not Kirby, it is something else today. So 16% of you got it correct. Sadly, the remaining 84%, because I can do math, didn't. So we're going to choose it as something else today because it is in fact PlayStation. The funny thing is, not really funny. The funny thing is that I had a Sonic shirt out today to wear. Yeah. And then changed my mind for something different. Yep. So that's the prediction closed. I remember to close it today. So that's a good thing. You love cheese? You love chewing cheese? Well, then Berlin, are you going to make me post a bad word on my socials? It looks like you are. So it's a rhetorical question, obviously. Yeah. Cutie Kitty, how you doing? Welcome on in. Should I post this, or should I delete the clip which has a rude word in it that Berlin made me say? All right, we'll do it. Let's give people the wrong impression of this delightfully wholesome stream, okay? Because Berlin wants us to, so we'll do it. We'll do what Berlin says. Okay. And look at this. A huge thank you to everyone that contributed.
Come on! We're streaking!
Everyone contributed to the Throne PC that I still to this day don't have a shipping notice for. I know, and you're like, wait, didn't that get fully funded last Friday? Indeed it did. Yeah. But what does the status say on Throne? Ordered. And now we wait. And wait. And then we wait a bit more, so we've got to hurry up and wait, apparently.
Thank you so much, Tatum44, for donating bits.
Thank you. That one always makes me chuckle because I always forget about it. Thank you, Tatum. Welcome in. How you doing, Tatum? Is it your last day of the working week for you today? And is anything rained off because of the stormy weather, or is it okay? You're going to have some job sites to attend today. The people need to know. Too bad I had an auto clip of us watching your clip. It lives forever. I'm in pain right now. Is that like screaming pleasure pain in Balint stream, or is that something different? I hope you have some good meds, Moxie, if it's actual pain. Okay, so let's do the thing. Balint's forcing me to do it. No, we can't paste it in yet. We need the special button. There's the special button. And here is the text from Balint for the redemption. You love cheese? You love chewing cheese? Well then come join. Alright, doing it. Here we go. Hopefully people just click on the last link and join the stream and don't watch the clip or something. Alright, there it is. There it is. And here's the schedule. And then we need to post it on here too. So actually, did we get the wrong thumbnail on that one? I think we did. Yeah. Wait, not that one. This one. Oh, okay. Never mind. It'll do. That'll do, pig. It's been a while since I saw Babe, the movie. All right, there it is. Post. All right, are you happy, Melon?
Happy Star Wars month loaded for if you give anything a shot during May. Please have a better aim than a stormtrooper.
Sunburn pain? Oh, man. Well, I mean, there's no real need to ask how you got sunburn pain.
Ribbit,
Were you out on two wheels without a helmet, Moxie? Is that what happened? Were you out just riding around on two wheels and the sun was a bit stronger than you realised? Or what actually happened? Do you only do Twitter or you do Bluesky too? Yeah, so we did talk about changing the name of the redemption because it's called Joy of X. But yeah, we post on X and on Bluesky as well. So I have my two little bookmarks up here. We can go straight to the pages. So yeah, it's posted on both now. There we go. Job done. Job's a good one. We can close that one out. This over here. Close that out. And close that one. And close that. Okay. All right, so we have three things to look at this morning. Two are reminders. One is a new thing. The new thing is, in fact, the new publisher sale. Let me check if they've updated the spreadsheet. They probably still haven't. They're probably just not letting us see what's happening anymore. They're probably just keeping the Twitch. Unity are keeping the affiliates in the dark. Yeah, no updates. So I'm guessing this is the spreadsheet they sent out is now null and void, which is funny because it's called Calendar 2026 affiliate copy. So it's not like it's just for a certain month. I'll leave it open on the off chance that they decide to update it at some point. But yeah, as far as the PC goes, it was ordered last Friday. No update on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we just have to wait. We have to wait and see what happens. Because they won't even entertain looking into whether there are shipping details for 7 days. Which is tomorrow, obviously. And then they said until 2 or 3 weeks have passed, they won't decide that there are no tracking details, and it's a whole thing. They're basically saying because we're a small team, and I didn't realise that Throne was a small team, it can even take 3 to 5 days to get back to you if you send an issue to them. So there it is. Ugh, working in this heat and humidity today, half day tomorrow, and I have to work on my... Tatum, that's unacceptable. I don't remember giving permission for you to do a half day tomorrow on your day off and working on a holiday. I don't think I approved that. By the way, what did you think of the new Ribbit? I didn't even listen to it before I sent it to you. It's something. Buddy, would you like to hear it? I don't know if it's been triggered this morning or not, but I can definitely... I can definitely show it to the party people again. So this is the latest Ribbit from Bardi. This is the latest one. And if you go to Bardi's stream, there is a redemption, so you can make him record more of these. Okay, so this is the latest one.
Ribbit.
With the slurping, which I'm assured has something to do with the door, but I don't know why that would be relevant here. I mean, licking of doors.
Thank you so much Tatum44 for donating bits.
Oh my goodness, Tatum with the...
Hey Lee, TATUM44 cheered 50 bits, so watch out for falling dogs.
And then we heard hot dog, hot diggity dog, which is ingrained in Balint's brain at the moment. So, thank you, Tatum. Appreciated. He said it was pedantic. Did he though, or is this you just flat out lying now, Balint? Yeah, don't know what that word means. No one does, but it's proactive. Wait, what? Maybe if we had a define command here, somebody might be able to use it on the word pedantic and get an official definition. Okay, so wrong thumbnail, boo. Yeah.
I'm not trying to say that. The whole bloody shit.
I think part of the reason we got the wrong thumbnail is because usually I do it the other way around. Usually I'll post on X first and then copy all of that and then post it onto Blue Sky. And Blue Sky usually gives us the correct thumbnail. But because I did it arse about face, as some people might say, yeah, it didn't work. So how is the restoral going? I mean, I don't recognise that word. I'm sorry. That is, I maybe need to add that word to my banned word list in the stream, so it gets auto-modded. No, I was at the U.S. Naval Academy for the U.S. Navy demo team Blue Angels show. That's quite a mouthful. Did you put sunscreen on and it wasn't strong enough? Did you not apply it often enough, or did you just kind of go bareback and not have any lotion on at all?
I love cheese and not doing correct items with Squealerbot at times.
So is the Mega Bundle any good? The Mega Bundle is very good. Well, I say it's very good. Obviously, it depends what you're looking for, but I bought this tier for $10 because I was mostly interested in this first asset, Toontown, that's usually $40. So I managed to get this for 75% off and then get these other 5 assets as well. But
here saying, don't go bareback. That's how you get pregnant. Wear sunscreen, please.
Wear sunscreen to not get pregnant. Okay. Yeah, but if you want to splash the cash and go for the whole bundle, Mahusive bundle at $68.99, you get a whole bunch of stuff in here. So if anybody did want the mega bundle, there's the link in chat. Lee, you like cheese? I love cheese, actually. Some people might not know. I used to work on the meat and cheese counter. They called the provisions counter when I was at school. Yeah, my first proper job, if you will, was working in the local grocery store on the meat and cheese counter. So I do have a love of cheese.
The lady on my newest secret game did not wear sunscreen and is now pregnante, and there is a madman driving her.
Okay, Duca wanted the door-licking ribbit. I know, but he tried to play it down. He was like, I said, hey, Ducasoft, what did you actually say as your requirement? He's like, something to do with doors? And then he pretty much threw you under the bus and implied that, you did the rest, so. I vouch for licking doors. Stephen, have you ever licked a door, Stephen? Have you tried licking a door before? I don't know if this is a rabbit hole I want to go down, but do tell. Define buttocks, usually in the plural. Each of the 2 large fleshy halves of the posterior part of the body between the base of the back, the perineum, and the top of the legs. I mean, it's not wrong. Lodoc is the ultimate at pedantics. I'm Lee, and I love cheese and not doing correct items with Squealerbot at times. Eventually, Balint, you will come over to the dark side. You will have StreamerBot on your stream, and then you'll rue the day that you ever made fun of it. Went without sunscreen. Oh, Moxie. Did you go without because you didn't have any? Did you go without because you didn't realize how hot it was going to be? I just have follow-up question after follow-up question. So at $68, I get everything in that bundle. Absolutely, yes. $68.99. It says plus, because if you wanted to throw some more at it, that's the minimum to pay. And yes, you will in fact get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 assets. And one of those assets, for just $68.99, is 259 smackaroonies. So is it a good deal? No. It's an amazing deal. Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I mean, there were some assets that did interest me, like the Volusmoke looked quite interesting. Asset Inventory 4, because I already have 3, so it will be good to upgrade to that. Lighting packs always interest me because I'm terrible at lighting. Couple of spline packs in there. Cutscene engine. Realistic water. Yeah, so it's a good bundle, all told. No, but it would be funny to see you do it. No, we don't need to see me do it. Thanks, Berlin. I thought that was actually going to be the door licking clip, but nobody needs to see that, so thank you. Alrighty. By Pennywise. Oh, Pennywise. That reminds me. When are we getting the next season of Welcome to Derry? That was very good on Max. I enjoyed watching that. He loves licking doors. No, he doesn't love licking doors. What happened was, Berlin said, how much would it be to lick a door? And I'm like, licking a door is ridiculous. I'm not going to do that. And I said it would have to be at least a 10-pack of gift subs. And so Berlin said, hold my beer. And before I knew it, I was standing at the door. Yeah, anyway, the rest is history, as they say. No, because I was photographing the show. I didn't want any sunscreen on my camera or lens. Maybe you need one of those hats, Moxie. Have you seen those hats that have like a little umbrella, a brolly, if you will, coming out the top? Maybe you need one of those, and then that'll cover your face and everything and your neck and stop you from getting sunburned. So basically, getting this bundle would allow you to make a game. I mean, there's probably enough in there that you could make a game just from these assets, depending on the type of game you are making. I mean, you have to be careful because some of these, like game UI and puzzle sound effects, that's just the sounds. So even though it does show you a UI and it shows you like an actual game on there, it's not the actual game that you're buying. And again, here, this is the UI. It's not actually a game. It's just the graphics and the user interface stuff for it. But you got a character controller here if you wanted a first or third person type game. You've got characters up here that you could use the character controller on. And then the town, of course, you could walk around. So it depends a lot on what type of game you're looking to create. Is it still a 10-pack? Berlin. Anyway, so this is the bundle that we're looking at today. Not just this bundle, but a reminder that the bundle is still on offer. Okay, the link was in chat. If you missed it, here is the link again, so you can get to it and take a look. Now the good thing is, if you're already logged into the asset store, you'll be able to see if you own any of these assets because they'll be grayed out and it'll say purchased, which is why you can see I bought the top tier of this, so I have all of these. And scrolling down, I already own this City Characters modular animated pack that I didn't actually pay $259 for. I got it when it was in a sale. So I didn't wear a hat because I had my Mickey Mouse on, military ear protection worn on the flight line. So were there any lessons learned, Moxie? If you could relive the day again, what would you do anything differently? And if so, what would you do differently? All right, so that's the bundle. Hey, funny story, right? You remember the joys that I've had over the last few days with Brightspeed, my internet provider? Well, I was sitting there watching Netflix this morning before I streamed, just chilling out, just having a coffee. Oh, that reminds me, coffee. Just having a coffee, watching Netflix. Suddenly the dogs start going bananas, and it's the kind of bananas they go when there's somebody fairly close to the house. So I thought, oh, I don't want to people, especially don't want to people this early, especially when I'm not caffeinated enough to people. So I looked out the window, and outside my house, there was a Brightspeed van. And the driver got out of the Brightspeed van, and he put 2 orange cones in front of his van, because that's what they do to be safe or something. And I thought, I've got to head this one off at the pass. What's going on right now? So I walked out the front, and I'm like, good morning. And he's like, hi. He's like, are you still having issues? And I was like, no. He's like, oh, we had a call. I said, did I have an appointment? He said, yeah, they had me say that I'm coming out between 8 and 10 this morning. No, nobody told me. I said, my connection has been stable since 11:30 a.m. yesterday. And I told him a brief overview of the whole story. And he's like, yeah, for a communication company, their communication's not the best sometimes. He said, you know, we've got people like me that are out doing the work. Ribbit. Got people like me that are out doing the work, and then we've got the dispatchers that work on the office side of scheduling and things. And he said, sometimes it's not the best. So I thought, well, while he's here, I'm going to pick his brains. So I asked him a few. For your pleasure. I asked him a few questions. I did raise the point of when the installation was done originally. The guy said that because the connection comes into the corner of my house, and my PC at that time was in the other corner of the house, that they couldn't do anything. And he said, well, basically that's just a flat out lie. He said, we carry copper in the van. He said we could, what should have happened is he should have said, okay, I'm going to run you copper wire around your house, and so you can have a wired connection. Okay. That's interesting. What he also said was this and this and this. Yeah, that's not true either. Okay. But I said, you know, I've had you guys for probably about 10 months now, and this is only, I think, maybe the second time that I've had an issue. I said, so, you know, it's pretty stable. And he's like, if you had it installed 10 months ago, he said, we were really slammed at that point. Well, I'm not going to yay or ta-da Dartmouth Patir, because that's half and half. Yeah. I mean, it's half good. I think you'll agree that it's half good, right? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I had a good tech who told me all the things like, you will never see speeds like that in this building. Well, that was one of the things I said to him. You know, I said, when the guy came, I said, look, you know, my PC is the opposite end of the house and to the connection. And he said, that's okay, because even with the Wi-Fi strength, you know, this particular box should cover 3,000 square feet, and you're going to have a really strong signal wherever you are in the house, and it's not going to be a problem. You won't need a repeater, blah, 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 blah. Well, apparently that was just a big old fat lie. So what I also did ask is, I'm currently on a 1 gig connection, and I said for another $10 a month, I can get a 2 gig connection. I said, what does that involve? Is it just somebody in the dispatch office, just pressing a button and it changes? I said, are all the fiber cables that are currently in, especially given that 2 days ago they said they were laying new fiber cables, are all the ones that are currently in capable of, supporting 2 gig? And he's like, yeah, actually, cables that we put in will support up to 10 gig. But he said, depending on your motherboard.
Hey, Gaby, how are you? Also, everybody follow Butt Gay.
That was Kel's Bells. Most people know her and love her. If you don't, you will grow to love Kel's Bells. So go drop a follow, check out what she's up to. All right, and you won't regret it. I bet their sales department love engineers like that. I bet, yeah. But I mean, I'm happy they're not all on the same page, Marcus, because I would sooner, know the truth. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Oh my goodness. Wincing, that's it. I'm putting it on a button. I'm doing it right now. I'm opening up Stream Deck. I'm going to add text. Let's put it up here. Okay, and push it. Real good. I'm going to call the button, and it's going to be song request, and it's going to be push it real good. So Pepper, press enter after message. Yes. Okay, and then hang on a minute. Icon set from file. No, not set from file. We don't want that. We want. What do we want the icon to be? Ah, come on, PC, work. I know your days are numbered, but open Stream Deck icon library. That's the one we want. All right, so let's just put a blank. Unless there's like a black musical note or something, possibly. No. So just the play button will do. Will it even let me do that? No, will it let me choose anything? I mean, something would be nice. Oh, GB. My fave Bear is in the house, everybody. How you doing, Bear? Welcome on in.
Big hug. Big hug.
All right, so now, because we have a new button just for wincing, I'm going to press it. Here we go. Choing. There we go. It does it. It adds the request. Happy Wednesday +1, Wincing. How you doing? Well, hello there to you too, my fave Bear. Are you having a good day? Did you just wake up? Are you about to go to sleep? You have a sleep schedule different to me anyway, so I'm just curious. Yeah, your new motherboard should have at least a 2.5 gig Ethernet port. Yeah, so that was another thing, Smikes. He said, I'm not really techie. I just know what people tell me when I go out on these calls, because his job is just to run the line to the house. He said he's learned that Wi-Fi will never be any more than 1 gig. So even if you get a 2 gig line to your house, Wi-Fi won't do anything over 1 gig. And he said, depending on your motherboard, it should support up to 2.5 gig. Yeah, he said, but if it's an older motherboard, it might be less. So yeah, I picked his brains and got a few bits of information today. I thought, he's going to have a short visit. He expected to have to come and fix stuff, and it's already working. So I said, I've got another question, but I don't want to keep you. And he's like, oh, it's okay. I'm just going to be driving down the road and eating my chicken nuggets anyway. I'm like, okay, not that busy a day then. I guess if he comes out to a call, he has a certain amount of time allocated to it. So I think we were good. All right, gotta get back to work. Hopefully the phone signal will be better during lunch. Thank you, Tatum. I appreciate that. I get that your message was 4 minutes ago, and you're probably long gone by now. But thank you. Aren't most of the engineers contractors? Some of them are, and you can usually tell because I think the contractors come in their own vehicles and then have like a magnet or a sticker stuck on the side of their regular truck or vehicle. This was actually a branded Brightspeed van. And he had like Brightspeed attire on, merch, if you will. So I think he was actually employed by them. I'm doing. How are you this far? Well, I'm glad you're doing. Yeah, I'm doing all right so far. Yeah. We're just saying about the ongoing. Well, not really ongoing anymore because it's fixed, but the ISP things. And they came out this morning to fix my line that's already working. So, here we go. It's a zombie coming out of the ground, which is quite appropriate because Ice Bear Bear has a zombie project in his back pocket. That is true. Always better here. Aww, wincing. Going to sleep in about 20. Hopefully I can sleep today. I hope so too. I've been not having the best nights, to be honest. My legs have been not very nice to me. I've had, like, yesterday I was up at 3 a.m. and then went back to bed at 5 a.m. and then got up at 7 a.m. Last night was a bit restless. I do find more often now, I don't know if it's the time of year, but I feel more congested before I go to bed. Like I should start taking an antihistamine or something. I don't know if it's allergies, but they make 5 gig and 10 gig Ethernet ports, but those are most useful for inside networking, like talking to a NAS. Yeah, he did say that. He said, on the back of your PC, because I said about there's a new one allegedly coming at some point. He said that make sure you plug it into the right ports, the speed you need. I think future specs of Wi-Fi will get over 1 gig, probably be a while. I mean, when you think about it, the speeds that I get on my phone aren't terrible anyway. I really think you need, like, over 1 gig, really. At least not at the moment. Pushly real good. Wait, what, Dukesoft? Wi-Fi can already go over 1 gig. You see, that's not what my engineer told me this morning at my Patir. He said, one thing they won't tell you, like, he was giving me insider secrets, is even if you get a 2 gig line, Wi-Fi won't see over 1 gig. Chilly this morning, so I'm hoping that helps. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's actually, we're expecting a high of 80 today, and that usually means we can turn off the AC and we can crack open the windows. So we did. So in here, I have this window here, which is open a little bit, and then this window here, which is open a little bit. So it should be a nice little breeze coming through. So I got the BSA points. The BSA, for those people that don't know, is Moxie Drinker's motorcycle. Got the BSA points changed and did an oil change. And she purrs like Cutie Kitty when she first puts a message in chat. Very nice. Yeah, it's good when you do something like that yourself and then it does actually fix what you want it to fix. Because, I'll tinker with the best of them and not just on a Tuesday like in Berlin stream. And sometimes I'm never really sure if something's going to work. I tell you what stopped working most recently is the water dispenser on my fridge freezer. Yeah, it's not like it's changed to a slow trickle or anything, just stopped, done. Not giving out any more water. And also the freezer side of it is dripping. Yeah, there's a drip. And you might say, well, why not kill 2 birds with 1 stone? Why not just hold your glass under the drip? And that way you've got a dispenser. No, it doesn't really work like that. So one of the things I read is that you can probably vacuum off the coils at the back, and that might help because they get dusty over time and musty and not very nice. So I'm going to do that later today, see if that helps. I also need to look up why the water dispenser might have suddenly stopped working. I didn't know if it was a filter issue, so I put a new filter in, and then when I pressed the dispenser, I could hear the water going into the filter, but it didn't go beyond that. It's almost like there's a blockage somewhere. I don't know. I don't particularly want to have somebody out to take a look at it. Your engineer is incorrect. It wouldn't be the first time, Dark Muppeteer. And like he said in his own words, he's just relaying what he picks up from other people. So somebody else might have just told him that and got it wrong. So yeah, apparently Wi-Fi 7 has a maximum speed of 48 gig. Holy guacamole. And then I guess you need a Wi-Fi 7 router, don't you? 48 gig is less than 1 gig, obvious. Oh, that's theoretical. Yeah, I wonder how much testing they've actually done. Who needs 48 gig on Wi-Fi? I guess, you know, you say, well, you don't really need 48 gig on your phone. But if you had like in my situation where the PC was Wi-Fi when it was at the other end of the house, then it would be nice to have. It's much less than that in practice. I mean, in practice, it's always less, right? It's like, okay, I've got 1 gig coming to the house. But if I'm on Wi-Fi, at the other end of the house and I check on my phone what speeds I'm getting, it's not going to be 1 gig. No. In fact, let's put that to the test now. I'm actually on a wired connection. So in theory, there's no reason I shouldn't get the full speed, right? See, that's not 1 gig. That's almost just over half of 1 gig. Yeah. There you go. Server is Dallas. That's not doxing me, okay? Because Dallas is actually 3.5 hours away from me. And me saying that might be doxing me, but the fact that says Dallas isn't. Ghost, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome back. I have 2 gig and only get 1 wired in. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? I thought that like fiber was supposed to be, oh, you don't get any drops now. If you get a 1 gig fiber line, you get 1 gig. And the funny thing is, if I go into the Brightspeed app on my phone, it'll say, oh, yeah, you got 1 gig coming to the house, which is probably true, but it doesn't seem to go much further than the edge of the house. So there is that. Is Netflix speed test and works well? Yeah, you see, I mean, I have a 4K TV, but I don't have the 4K service from Netflix because I'm not paying silly money just to get slightly better improvement in quality. So I have the basic Netflix ad-supported package. It's like $8 a month or something. And that's fine for what I need. And I did notice when we switched from my old provider, which was the slowest connection, to the new provider, definitely an improvement in the, like, when you start something on Netflix and you get the percentage buffer icon come up. Yeah. So 590, test again. Oh, look, 720. That shows you how inconsistent it is. There we go, 720 and 805. Fresh Meat 911. How you doing, Freshy? Welcome on in. Freshy had a good stream this morning, playing Rise of Piracy, no less. Yeah. You know who created Rise of Piracy, don't you? Irish John Games, no less. Should we see if we can get a
last team, Turgis, but that's
Oh.
That's a good guess.
That's a good guess. And you can even see not only who clipped it, but when it was clipped now. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. And Get a couple of shout outs for the other mods because we like to spread the love. Let's see if we can stack them.
Thank you so much, Unicorn Jenny, for the raid.
Maybe we're not.
Bit gaming.
Well, the clip machine almost showed the whole clip before it balked, Jenny. How you doing? Welcome on in. Good to see you. Thank you for the raid. What were you getting up to today? For those that don't know, Jenny is...
And there was much rejoicing.
So excited to get to raid you. I'm excited too. It's always good to see Jenny. Jenny is a fellow Unity developer. And a few weeks, maybe months ago, Jenny actually completed her first game for a game jam. Yeah, it's true. It's like... It seems like she just started game dev and she'd already done her first game jam, making the rest of us look bad or something. So, did some co-working to start and then working on...
And there was much rejoicing.
And then working on OBS co-working scene in Unity. Now I was watching somebody the other day that decided to start over. Apparently OBS crashed or something and they lost their scene and they started creating it again from scratch. And I always enjoy that, but always I have to think, how much effort have I put into this? Especially with the redemptions, you know, squashing my head down, blowing me off the screen, dragging me into the trash can, all that stuff. All of that would have to change. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just keep things as they are for right now. That would be good. That would be good. I'm not that fancy. I mean, you have some things on your stream, especially, look. See, you can't get away with it. You see that light behind Jenny's head right there? Jenny has a redemption. You can make that flash. Yeah. You can also do it with a command in chat. But to find out what the command is, you're going to have to go drop Jenny a follow, get yourself over there, all right, and see what she's up to. So thanks again, Jenny. Appreciate that. All right, so for those raiders coming on in, for those people new to the channel, my name is Lee, and I usually work in the Unity game engine. Like I said, fellow Unity dev. We're actually taking a couple of weeks off the main project to work on a side project, a super secret side project, which is mashing 3 racing games together. You might be familiar with APB, Chase HQ, Crazy Taxi. We're taking elements from those 3 games, Shoefly, those 3 games, and creating a different game, which is as yet untitled. So, yeah, we've got some crazy shenanigans. We've got some fun redemptions. We have some custom power-ups. And, yeah, I usually stream Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. Central Time. So, welcome on in, everybody. We've been talking about ISP shenanigans today, and so I was just having a look to see what my current speed was on my 1 gig fiber line. So there you go. Now you're up to date. And Bear choosing the Scream. Look, famous painting there, recreated on a Govee light curtain. That's one of the fun redemptions. Thank you, Bear. How are things today? How's the new computer? We don't talk about it, Jenny. I mean, I'm still very excited. I'm still very excited for when it gets here. I just don't know when that's going to be because no shipping notice yet. And I don't know if people have had much to do with Throne, but apparently the Throne team is quite small and they can take 3 to 5 days to get back to you if you reach out to them. And they don't even want you reaching out until something's been ordered for 7 days. At that point, you can reach out to them and say, hey, do you have any tracking information? I mean, it was ordered from Amazon. I don't really understand why 6 days after it was ordered, I still don't have any information. So it's part excitement for its arrival, part frustration that I don't know when it's going to get here. So that's where we're at the moment. I mean, historically, stuff that came from Throne, I've had chocolates, drinks, different things. The same day or the next day, I've had a shipping notice. And I get that this is a more expensive item, but I don't understand why after 6 days I have nothing. So, one of those things. Well, rude. Let me write them a letter to speed things. Yeah. If you could all write to your MP or your representative, please, and tell them it's not good enough, I'd appreciate it. Apparently it's weird. I got things off Amazon like the next day and sometimes a week later. Amazon has been a bit sloppy lately. I'm not going to lie. I'm a big supporter of Amazon. I've had Amazon Prime for years. But lately they've really messed. I mean, I don't really order much, but Mrs. Gamey orders stuff for her work that her work pays for. And they've been ridiculous on shipping. You know, she's ordered things because she works as a teacher. Well, she's a director of the facility, but she also helps in the classrooms and stuff. And she ordered stuff for like parties and camps and things a few days before they're going to happen, or even the week before. And Amazon say, oh yeah, it's going to be here in a day or two. And then, oh, sorry, shipping's been delayed. And ultimately they end up missing the party or the camp, and then you just have to go out and buy it locally and then cancel the order. And they don't always let you cancel the order, so they'll still ship it, and then you have to return it to them and say, look, because you were so ridiculous, have it back. So in 7 days, they could say, oh, we haven't got your order. That's the thing, Marcus. It's just full of unknowns. Tomorrow, if I'm able to click on the track order button, which doesn't really do anything for 7 days if there is no tracking, hopefully it'll let me reach out to them and say, hey, WTF. I think we're still too early. Where's the throne link? I'm not actually logged in here. Let me see, put you in Blurrsville for a moment. Let me see if I can log in. Blah, blah, blah. Sign in with Twitch. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Let me have a look. Account? No, I don't want account. I just want to look at orders. Orders at the top. Here we go. Orders. So it shows the PC here, shows how much was paid, shows Friday, May the 15th as being when it was ordered. And then I click on it. Item management. Seems like this item has been shipped or paid out more than a few days ago. Did you receive or order it yet? No, I'm not going to click on mark item as completed because I'm still waiting. So you click on track item and it says you cannot request tracking if less than 7 days have passed since purchase. So they won't even let me see if there's any tracking details for a week. And then under track item, we have lost item. I'm really hoping. I mean, all it says at the moment is ordered. It doesn't show shipped. So I don't think it would be a lost item at this point. But yeah, it's all very weird. But yeah, Amazon has been particularly sloppy as of late, at least for Prime deliveries. Oh yeah, you'll get it next day. Oh, you'll get it in 2 days, and then after 2 days, it's like, well, we said 2 days. Yeah. Got to renovate lunch for the girls. All right, Moxie, appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. I will keep. Hang on. Define procrastination: the act of postponing, delaying, or putting off, especially habitually or intentionally. I'll keep my opinions of Amazon to myself. Don't need to get banned on Twitch. Yeah, so if people don't know, Twitch is actually Amazon owned. So, yeah, Twitch is in Bezos's back pocket. Yeah, Memorial Day weekend, you might not see it until late next week. I mean, I think at this point, Smikes, I'd be happy with some indication. If they say, okay, it's not pre-built, we do need to build it, but it's definitely going to ship on this date. At least I have something to look forward to. At the moment, I don't know what's happening. All it says is ordered, which tells me nothing. Well, I mean, it tells me it's been ordered, but sloppy Amazons are best Amazons. Yes, I'm not going there, Dark Muppeteer. But Bezos doesn't even know he owns Twitch anymore. I do wonder how many degrees of separation these people have. It's like, I said the other day on a stream, Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook. Sure, he's the one that gets dragged into court usually, and he's like the public face, but how much does he really know of what goes on? How much does he have his finger on the pulse anymore? Probably not a lot. Anyway, thanks again, Jenny, for the raid. Really appreciate that. Always good to see you. I think we can turn the clip machine back on now. Yep, we're good. It does get a little bit stuck, bless it. Maybe they're waiting for the Straits of Horlicks to open. Oh, I haven't heard Horlicks in a long time. Horlicks is a drink in England, or it used to be. It's like a powder, like a cocoa powder that you mix up and make a hot drink. Always glad to see you, Twitch partner to bit. I mean, that's the plan, Jenny. Keeping everything crossed. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. The numbers are growing. Are they growing as fast as I would like? I can neither confirm nor deny. But, when you get fantastic raids from fantastic streamers like Fantastic Junicorn Jenny, that really helps as well. So, there we go. Is fishing working? I don't think I've seen much fishing going on today. It's working for me anyway. Oh my goodness. Let's get together and feel alright. One love
Thank you
can
so
only
much,
mean...
Ice Bear Bear, for gifting a tier 1 subscription to Junicorn Jenny.
One love being sang means there's a tier 1 subscription flying around. And it landed squarely in Junicorn Jenny's lap. 46 subs, you crazy bear. Thank you very much. That is much appreciated. That's some humongous fungus support right there. Yeah. So go drop Jenny a follow. She has some fantastic streams. She's a best bean. She's a great all-round person. And if you have like German homework, she might even be able to help you with your German language homework. I'm just saying. All right. All right. You know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to see if we can get another clip, and maybe one that doesn't balk. Possibly. Should we see?
Day and just needed.
Now that could be the redemption that Junicorn Jenny has for unnecessary censorship, where it does beeping on random words, which I could be wrong, but I believe might be a voice mod thingy, possibly. Yeah. I'm hoping once things get moved across to the new PC, Jenny, that we avoid things like this, where the clip machine balks. What I would like to do at some point, now we have the clip machine working, and I use that word loosely, is to maybe put a solid background behind it. You see how we have the transparency at the top? Maybe get a black panel behind it so that the lettering at the top stands out more and doesn't get so lost. And then on the old clip machine, I updated it so that it shows the partner badge if the person's a partner, the streamer that we're shouting out. So I'd like to get that added back in as well. So we'll see. We'll get there eventually. We'll get it sorted. Alrighty. It is voice mod. So voice mod. I bought voice mod when I first started streaming, and they said, hey, I watched so many videos, right? I watched a lot of videos about how best to do things you should get, things you shouldn't get. And one of the things that seemed fairly consistent was, if you want to do any voice changing stuff, then get voice mod. And for those people that don't know, and I don't know if it's changed because this is years ago, it used to be you can get voice mod for free, but the voice that you get changes, I think, daily. I think it's different every day. So if you didn't want to pay for it, then you could have, say, a redemption to, hey, change the streamer to have a random voice. And that was all you could do. You couldn't say a specific voice because it picked one randomly. And then if you went and paid, I don't remember how much it was now, like $20 or something. It unlocks it and you get all the AI voices and you get specific voices that you can have, that you can choose to have consistently. So I did that. And then in one of my early iterations of the stream, you could turn me into a baby. So my voice changed to a baby and my face changed to a baby because I used a Snapcam filter. And it was a whole thing. But I don't use voice mod anymore. I still have it. When we get the new PC, maybe we can take a look at it and see if there's any new redemptions we can get up and running with it. But yeah, at the moment, I used to have a redemption, Life's a Gas, I think it was called, and it used to put a gas mask on me, and it used to have Plankton come on screen and say, "Oh, Science Streams has eaten too many beans," or something like that, and then it would have the farting voice, and it was a whole thing. But yeah, I feel like I used it a lot more back in the day in my previous iterations of streams, not so much so lately. But like I say, I still have it. It still starts up every time I restart the PC. So maybe we'll take another look at it and have some different redemptions when the new PC arrives and we get it set up and running. It's a good look for me. I should clip this stream and use that picture as my profile pic. It is a nice picture, actually. Yeah. Yeah. And look at Jenny's chair. Look, she's got a fancy pants chair right there. That's like a gaming chair. Yeah. I bet she even has like lumbar support, and it probably even has a logo right behind her back that you can't see. That would be my guess. I bought it ages ago for lifetime license. It still works sometimes. Yeah, I didn't really have any issues with it not working. I just didn't like the AI voices. I think they sounded too tinny, too synthetic, and I don't know. I just preferred the OG voices that they had.
Come on! We're streaking! Look at that, look at that. Look at that. Oh, yes, they call him the street. Fastest thing on 2 feet. He's just as proud as he can be of his anatomy. He gon' give us a peek. Oh, yes, they call him the street. Like to show off his physique. If there's an audience to be found, he'll be streaking around, inviting public critique.
Oh my goodness, Dr. Captain Sir, almost 106 stream streak. How you doing, Doc? Good to see you. Yes, definitely avert your eyes.
Doctor?
As it says.
Doctor?
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 Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? And doctor.
I think that's how we know that maybe, possibly, potentially, that we have a doctor in the house. Yeah. Dr. Captain Sir, welcome in. That was actually a good reminder for me that I don't actually have the music paused when the naked man is running around, which I would like to do. And now we have it where the pause and play are working again and not causing issues. I have put those in. So now when anybody else does a triple-digit watch streak, it should pause the sound, hopefully. And should we do a test? Should we check it? Or should we just wait and see until next time? We had enough naked man running around today. Poosh! Queen Coffee in the house! How are you doing, Coffee Rocks?
Hey, does anybody want coffee?
Happy Friday Eve.
With it.
I know it's not Friday yet, and it's not the evening of Friday, but it is the eve or day before Friday, so I'm going with it. All right? I'm trying to hurry the weekend along. Yeah, I couldn't wait. Doing well, excellent. Glad to hear
Is
it.
tomorrow Friday?
Yeah, why?
Because I think I'm gonna get a little loosey-goosey. But more loose than the goose. Because the goose be violent.
Does anybody know where that's from? Thank you for those biddies. Ice Bear. Oh, what happened? It's like the clip machine hides the blurpy stuff. which it won't do when it works, and it goes like that. Yeah, does anybody know where that audio is from? I actually quite like it. It's one of my favourite blurps, and it's been played a few times before. I think probably by Ice Bear Bear. It does remind me a little bit of Killing Eve. Jodie Comer, the actress. It sounds like it could almost be her, even though it's probably not. But I'm guessing it's probably from a kid's show or something. But I have no idea. I have no idea where it's from. But you know who has triggers in their chat? The keyword of Friday and Wednesday. It is in fact the game dev legend, the game dev in the form of Clayman Dev. Yeah. If you're not familiar with Clayman, he's working on a game called Epic Hero Game. There's all your links, and we might get a clip possibly. Potentially. Sometimes they are.
This is the goal far beyond.
What was that? I was going to say sometimes we get Rickroll clips, but also with a new clip machine, for some reason it pulls a wider range of clips, and so we do actually get to see some clips we haven't seen before, even of people that we shout out on a regular basis. Yeah. So go drop that man a follow if you're not already following. And of course, we have a Chat Ragdoll Racing Redemption here where we play one of Clayman's games, and that's CRR that you can see there in chat at the linky poo at the end. Alrighty, so what is coming up next? We actually have... Did I close it out already? Because that would be a bit silly if I did. We actually have a new Publisher of the Week that we're going to take a look at in a moment. Okay. Let me just make a quick run to the restroom, grab a new coffee, because why not? And I'll be right back. Meanwhile, I'm going to treat you to some of my favourite clips. Okay. And by favourite clips, I mean clips that I haven't deemed necessary to delete. So by default, the fact that they're still in my list means they're okay. All right. So here we go. 2 minutes. Go and grab your favorite beverage or your favorite snack or both, and I'll be right back. Yeah. So if you're looking at my knob, Sean, when we have the next stream, actually, that's a good question. When will the next stream be? I have diarrhea. Hey, Billin, if you gotta run, quite literally, then that's fine. I'm okay with that. Sooner you not stay put if you need to be elsewhere. It's been a bit of a blur last few days, but I told somebody, I said I always wear clothes from the waist up when I'm streaming. I'm not always naked. Easy like Sunday morning. All right, done and done with his pillow. Patent pending. Can I just say, what was funny was I shook my head at about the same time that Octavius shook his head, and then we both fixed our headphones at the same time. Did you notice? I'm fixing to virtually punch the webpage in the face right now. So, you know how when you go into something like a PC on Amazon and it gives you all those other boxes that you can click on to choose different specs? I think that's what's making it not work for Throne. Throne's like, I don't know, which one do you want? Yes, you give me the web page, but there's all these options on here. Well, how about the default one that comes up when you go to the web page? How about that one? Go outside and lick the neighbour's exhaust pipe. No. I think I've just realised why. You know, we've got to fix the push command. I think I realised why it's not working. Because I created...
This is my pee-pee dance. This is my pee-pee.
Look at that glorious steampunk David spread wide across my monitor. So let's have a look at JD's shorts. Okay, so back to talking about sex, lay down sex, and sit down sex. No. She said to. There we go. See, look, it's going to pick the same clip.
Chances, look, they're working
because
with this very cat.
the clip machine pulls a random clip from the last 7 days.
Oh my goodness.
If there are none, then it picks a random clip from whenever.
They're making,
but this is the only clip
cap
from the last
on
week.
that clip.
So it's just going to keep
That
showing
is
this
spooky.
clip. What are the chances of the same clip
Individual
showing up again?
beans.
High. Oh no. So this is Dark Muppeteer's world. Wait, what?
A duck walked up
How
to
you
a
done,
little
Disney
man's
doing?
hand and he said to the man,
When are we going to learn about my song?
Hey,
I mean,
got any grapes?
is there like DLC for the Your Pillow? Does it come with socks as well? I shouldn't say does it come with socks. Think before you speak, Lee. What are you doing right now? You're just feeding the clip trolls. Hey. You could be a pranker yourself. You could in fact go to quite elaborate measures to try and catch people out. I know sometimes some streamers partake and they try and fool people. I'm not one of those because I don't probably have the brain power or bandwidth or both to do that. So welcome. Ah. Wait, what? That sounds nasty, Dugasoft. Oh, if I can do, thank you, besto friendo. Thank you, you my besto friendo. I mean, wouldn't be the first time it's been said that I'm. Let's not talk about me being too small. Okay, all right then. Nice steaming hot coffee. Harrier Cat, how the Dundiddly Devil are you doing on this Friday Evest of Eves or something?
Hey, does anybody want coffee?
Yeah, thank you, Ice Bear. Yeah, nice hot steaming cup of coffee in my nice ceramic travel cup. Look. Isn't it a thing of glory, of beauty? Yeah. Very nice. I did go to my supplier yesterday. Yeah. I went to my dealer, my coffee dealer, and I was hooked up, so I have a big resource of caffeine to draw on today, so I have some making up of time to do. Apparently the Loosey Goosey soundbite is from TikTok. And no movie reference was found. Thank you, Doctor. I wonder if somebody, like just a TikTok person, made it then. It pulls a random grape. Oh, that makes my eyes water, Harrier Cat. Let's not talk about pulling grapes. Grapes and lizards, exactly. Really, right in front of... Oh my lord, we're getting all the comments today. You guys it's almost like you have too much fun here, and I'm trying to put a cap on that or something. Does it keep your coffee hot longer? I don't know. I think it probably does, Bear, because it has like a rubber lid, and the rubber lid has like the tiny bit. You can't really see it, but the tiny hole there, like you get in the plastic lids. And with it being a ceramic cup and a rubber lid, I think it does keep it hotter longer. But the reason I like it is because it's almost like a magic cup. It doesn't matter if I put good coffee in there, if I put my backup coffee in there, all the coffee tastes good. It's crazy. I don't know what it is. Because when I use like a regular coffee cup and I put in my good coffee, I'm like, good coffee. And then I put my backup coffee in and I'm like, not so good coffee. But it all tastes good in this. I mean, it doesn't all taste the same, but it does all taste good. So there is that. Hey now, my worm was in your clip. I don't quite know how to take that Muppeteer. Anyway. Ice Bear by Mind Spiders. What? This might be a new one for my favourite bears playlist. Possibly, potentially. Anyway, it happens every Thursday. It happens at 10 a.m. Central Time. Unity haven't told me about these ones anymore in advance because they haven't updated the spreadsheet. So this is new to me as well. Yeah, Motion Titles Pack. Add motion titles pack to your cart, then enter code. Oh, it's a Mitski one. Isn't that a singer? No, it's Mitski, isn't it? Mitski. I have a few Mitski assets. I think only one I bought. There might be some freebies, but let's have a look. Let's check it out.
Hey, does anybody want coffee?
A magic coffee cup. I know, right? It's crazy. So free with code Mitski. And then if I hop back to the... Actually, we don't need that link, do we? Let's have the link of the actual asset. Free with code Mitski checkout is this one. There it is. All right, pin to the top of chat. If anybody wants to take a look at it, while I take a look at it. Normally $20. On sale for $10. Remember, Publisher of the Week, all their assets are half off for 7 days. And this is the one with a code that we get for free. So if we look at their other assets first, sort by price. So I have the Shift Complete Sci-Fi UI. I have the Modern UI pack and the Heat Complete Modern UI. So they're all the ones that I have. I think it's the Modern UI pack was the one that I bought. I think the others I got either in a sale or went free for a certain period of time. Yeah, so lots of UI packs if you're interested in getting one for your game. This is the one that we're going to add to the cart. And then the code is Mitski. These what? These nuts. Sir, this is a Wendy's. What? Yeah, so here we go. This is Motion Titles Pack. Motion Titles Pack. All right. Put your text here. Customizable and animated titles for your project. Quite nice. I feel like I did own something like this years ago from this same developer, so I don't know if he deprecated it. But yeah, I definitely had something similar to this before. Oh my goodness. It's the legend we were just talking about that we did a shout out for, and we talked about Chat Ragdoll Racing as well. How are you doing, Clayman? Welcome on in. Oh, we also talked about the keyword triggers in Clayman's stream for Wednesday and Friday after Ice Bear Bear did the Loosey Goosey blurb.
Hey, does anybody want coffee?
Ecliptic Game Studio, how are you doing? Welcome on in. Now, Ecliptic, as regulars will remember, has an asset that we're going to be using when we create the the Hooker Duck game during next week's affiliate-versary streams. But for now, we're talking about this asset, which is free today, well, for 7 days, with the code Mitski, which is the developer name, at checkout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you into Blurrsville momentarily so that I can, in fact, check out without being doxxed. All right, so this might be a good time to click the link at the top of chat and log into the asset store yourselves. And of course, two-factor authentication keeps coming up now for some reason. It didn't used to. Yeah, so now I have to go into the Authenticator app on my phone. And I have to get the code from my phone and punch it in. So we get the 2FA, there, that thing. And then it brings me to the docs screen at checkout. And yes, I understand. Oh, do remember to put the code in though. If it doesn't show the to pay now amount as 0, you've forgotten the code. So punch the code in, click apply. The amount should change to 0, and then click pay now. Don't click pay now before it shows 0, all right? And as a word of warning, not to anybody in particular or calling anybody out, Bear, do remember to check out, all right? Because leaving it in your cart doesn't add it to your collection. I'd just like to make that clear for anybody that might possibly, potentially forget to check out when they're buying assets. All right, so that's my PSA for you for the day. Okay. Doing good. About to convert a friend to StreamerBot after scaring him with the collapse of elements. Excellent. Yeah, I don't care how we get people into the StreamerBot boat. If we have to scare the bejesus out of them, let's do it. Let's get more people onto the best bot ever. Yeah, it is true. I need to take the purpose for a walk. Have a great stream. I will try to lurk. Well, I appreciate your efforts in trying to lurk, Jenny, and I also appreciate the lovely raid you gave us, so thank you. I don't use my PC to stream, so I can't use it. Yeah. Still waiting on a shipping notice for my new PC. Nothing yet. Let me have a look in my mailbox, my inbox. Nothings. Oh, yeah. The tension is real, keeping me holding on. I mean, Firebot is pretty great too, and has a nice UI, but I haven't used StreamerBot. But also, you're on Mac, right, Smikes? Firebot doesn't really have an official way to run on Macs yet, I don't believe. And to be honest, I don't know how much effort Nate, the developer, is putting into getting it working on Macs, I guess. Is Wine an option? Can you use Wine to run Windows applications? It's a bit janky, it's a bit MacGyver-ish, but yeah. Firebot does, StreamerBot does not. Yeah, that's what I meant, StreamerBot. Alrighty. So, I've now purchased this, and by purchased I mean added it to my cart, used the code Mitchski at checkout, as per the pinned message at the top of chat, and now I can possibly use this. I did have something like this. Okay, so watch this video, all right? And then after we've watched this video, let me show you something that lets me know I have something similar to this already, okay? So watch this, watch the effects. Oh, we've got the lines, we've got the splitting, we've got the sliding, we've got the moving, we've got the zooming. All right, all those effects. And now watch this. Is it going to find it with this, or are you going to make me? No, you're going to make me do the whole thing. Okay. How can I even search YouTube for Bit Gaming and it doesn't find my channel? Did you mean Bit Space Gaming? I don't know, did I? Maybe I did. All right, so here we go. If we look at the playlists and we look for Cowboy Hero, all right, now this might actually seem quite familiar. Did you see that right there? Right off the bat. You see the text effects? Watch the text effects in this and tell me that they're not the same as the text effects in the free Publisher of the Week asset. All right, here we go. And this is a project that I'm going to be getting back to at some point, but not in the current art style. This is a low poly prototype. I've actually purchased some rather expensive, I'm not going to lie, but I didn't pay that much for them, assets that are more realistic. Okay. But this was kind of the unofficial trailer / prototype for it. But look at these text effects and tell me it's not the same as what we just looked at. See those text effects? How they came on the screen, how they went off the screen, all the animations and stuff. I feel like that was an earlier version of this asset from the same developer. So Cowboy Hero is a combination of like Guitar Hero, where you have to press the right colors, and Cowboys, hence Cowboy Hero. So the way it works is you have control of these 3 gunslingers, and depending on which button you press will determine which one shoots. And which one should shoot is based on the outline color of the NPC. So over here, it's yellow. So I'm gonna have the yellow guy fire. See, that's kind of how it works. And then you work through these different levels, I guess Time Cop style, where they appear, and then they'll appear at different places, and then what outline color was that guy? Was he orange? Not easy to see from this because of the post-processing, but no, green, I guess, because the green guy shot him. Automatic reload. Yeah, so at some point I will be getting back to this project. This is definitely still on the back burner, shall we say. But yeah, I'm fairly certain it was a Mitchski asset that I used for that when I created that. Yeah. So yeah, if you want that asset, this asset, I don't quite know why it's. Oh, there it is. I thought it disappeared. So pin to the top of chat. Go ahead and get this for yourself for free, because I know that Clayman uses Unity, and I know that Dark Muppeteer uses Unity, and I know that my dogs don't use Unity. That's why they're getting upset. And I know that Ice Bear Bear uses Unity. So we do have Unity developers in here. Freshy uses Unity when he's not using Excel. Yeah. Yeah. Freshy's heard of it. Freshy's like, Unity sounds familiar. Okay, so that is the publisher of the week. And like I say, you can get that asset for free. And then any of these other assets. Why are they going bananas? I'm not getting up. I'm going to check my Ring doorbell camera. See exactly why they're going bananas right now. Let's have a look. Oh, the usual reason. No reason. Nobody out the front of my house. Probably somebody running past. Probably a car driving past. They don't always need a reason. They just start yapping. Dog barking for no reason. Oh man, there's not a song of that name. Nice try there, Hurricane. Or does Unity use us? See? Ecliptic. Unity. Yeah, true. I'm satisfied with Firebot. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, isn't it? If you use a certain bot, it's the same as game engines. We joke around a lot, especially with bots. Blink comes in here and Blink's like, "Oh, Squealerbot this, Squealerbot that," because that's his like derogatory name for the bot because he doesn't use it. He uses SammyBot. So, we back and forth. I make jokes at SammyBot's expense, the same as he does at StreamBot's expense. But it's like we have no hatred for different game engines, They're ultimately, they do the same thing, right? So it doesn't matter which you use, whichever one you're familiar with, even if it's, even if you rolled your own like Freshy and you have a private pile bot, they all ultimately do the same thing. So it's whichever you enjoy, whichever you feel most comfortable with. When I started streaming, I think either StreamerBot had just came out or it hadn't been out that long. And I thought, you know what? Let me give it a try. And I tried it and I loved it. And I didn't really see any need at that time to switch to anything else. Yeah, even if your game engine is Excel. Exactly. No hatred for any game engines, including Excel. Yeah. Or Notepad. I know some people have created games in Notepad or something. Right, who would actually use that? Yeah. So, anyway, great stream earlier, Freshie. Do you know Freshie was playing Rise of Piracy on his new monitor? Yeah. Freshie actually had to call his neighbours and say, my new monitor is so big it won't actually fit in my place. Is it okay if like half of it resides in your place? And they were like, yeah, sure. At least we get to see what you're working on your PC. So now Freshie's new monitor is half in his place and half in his neighbour's place. It's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, what is it, 500-inch monitor or something, Freshie? I forget what size he said it was now, but yeah, it's yeah. All right, let's close out Mitchski. Let's close out the speed test. So the Unity $2 plus sale. Has everybody finished looking through the sale now? They do keep adding extra assets. Yeah, it's crazy. So $255 are showing currently, and it's showing on sale only assets at $0 to $4. So usually it won't include things like the Publisher of the Week sale, because Publisher of the Week sales generally don't have assets $4 or less, even at half price. So yeah, I mean, things like a swimming system. You needed swimming in your game, trying to find good swimming animations, generally a bit tricky to do. So we had a quick shufty through yesterday. Whole bunch of stuff in here. Some assets that are normally hundreds of dollars. We bought, if you missed it yesterday, we bought Tubby Crumbles, aka Chris West. We bought Artificer, sorry. Vice like Vice, that's how I've got to remember it. Artificer. Tubby Crumbles' newest asset. Yeah, you can get for a couple bucks. So I did. Yeah, crazy. Wait, what the? Don't do that. Yeah, so lots of stuff in here. I mean, there's models, there's tools, there's multiplayer stuff, there's volumetric stuff, lighting, fog. There's way too many good assets in here for me not to go broke. Yeah. I mean, assets that might be on your wish list, assets that you didn't realize you could use, and yet they're on sale. Yeah. The thing is as well, you don't just have to look through what's on sale to try and find what you need. Say, for example, we were back working on Cowboy Hero again, and we wanted to look up cowboy assets. We just do a search for cowboy, or vampire, or zombie, or whatever kind of game it is you're working on. And then once it comes up with the assets, you search by price, low to high. And then if there's anything in the sale, it should show up. I mean, if you go past the free ones, here you go, look. Zombies, because I searched for cowboy. Usually $139, $2.78 in the sale. You know, if anybody, say for example, my fave bear had a zombie game and they wanted to switch up the assets, maybe this particular Zombies modular animated pack might be something they might be interested in at 98% off. Crazy discounts. But for this particular search for the word cowboy, that's the only one that comes up that I don't already own. It's in the sale. Yeah. So if you didn't see it in yesterday's stream,
Really,
Tubby,
the only word for it is...
Tubby Crumbles actually has a couple of assets. Megabook 2, which I own, and Artificer, like as in Vice. Artificer, now I already own because I bought it yesterday. These are the two that are in the sale. So if you've been eyeing these for a while, and I don't know why you wouldn't because they look fantastic. Yeah. Anybody wants any links to any of these, let me know. I'll just throw the link in chat for you. Gives a whole new meaning to screen sharing. Exactly. Yeah, we don't need no stinking, mirroring. We don't need no stinking Wi-Fi or Bluetooth sharing. Freshy just says, "Here, have half my monitor in your house." I mean, granted, it's not a great situation, because if people are watching half the screen and they need to see the other half, they need to go like next door, knock on the door. Sorry, can I just come in a minute? And it's a bit awkward, but you know, people in Canada land are just friendly like that. Yeah, so friendly. They might even just leave the front door open and then you just come and go as you want. Watch the monitor. 52 inches, or is that 52 feet? I think it's 52 feet. I think Freshie used the inches by mistake. 52 feet, but it is truly amazing, but it is hard to show the whole screen on stream. Yeah. So Freshie has to actually use 2 instances of OBS now. That's how big the monitor is. It won't fit in one instance. Yeah. The size of Freshie's monitor is known to drop Jaws. I mean, you could probably drop it on Jaws the shark and it would take it out, which obviously we wouldn't encourage to do that with real sharks because, you know, conservation and everything, and be nice to animals. And speaking of, did you know I know a shark expert? I do. Speaking of Jaws, the shark expert is right here.
The thing that helped with the sharks was we have this.
That's the guy in the teal shirt on the left, and the even smaller version in the bottom left. That is Shark Geek. Shout out to Shark Geek for bringing the educational shark vibes with science and technology content, and occasionally diving into Subnautica. Well, Subnautica 2 lately. He's been playing the sequel. Make sure to check them out for some fascinating marine science communication. Yeah. That is quite the arm tattoo there, isn't it? That is not even like a sleeve, like a fake one. That's an actual tattoo. Yeah. So I'm hoping when I get the new PC, and I keep saying it, and I keep saying it every time this freezes, I'm hoping this won't freeze anymore and it's just a potato PC issue or something. If you're not already following Shark Geek, go drop him a follow. He has some fantastic footage. He has like 360 footage with his 360 camera. So once he's videoed it, he can actually like pan around and see. It's crazy good. I always enjoy seeing that. Yeah. Anyway, so the $2 sale. Go and buy the 2 assets, if you would, that are on sale from Chris West, aka Tubby Crumbles, Megabook 2 and Artificer. All right. This is one of the ones we were looking at yesterday. I believe, I could be mistaken, that at least my fave bear has bought this and possibly potentially Dark Muppeteer. I'm not sure. But usually $79. These cyber racing cars. Reminds me of Wacky Races. Do you remember Wacky Races? Was it Dick Dastardly? You did, okay. It seems like you could have like a comical like Mario Kart style racing game with these. And also looking at the lights, it looks like we might have emissive materials already on the lights. So you could like simulate the lights coming on. And presumably on the back, they've done the same with the brake lights. Maybe. Power improvement options. You see how this is not just somebody that's like, do you know what? I can create 3D models. Let me create some cars. It's somebody that's created it with game dev in mind. Because, you know, you can get possible upgrades. Look. See how that works? Huh? I'm not shopping again. I'm sure you're totally not on the Unity Asset Store as we speak, my fave bear. I'm sure you're totally not. As part of converting...
Shirley, you can't be serious. I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
I did say surely, so that would be why it got triggered. As part of converting my friend to StreamerBot, I'm making him a little clip machine. Maybe you could preload some clips during the starting soon time for folks you often shout out, might help with performance. Yeah, so I didn't actually create the clip machine that we have there, and I could look into making some changes on the back end. I really don't understand why sometimes it will just play a clip all the way through. Other times it'll start playing it and then pretty much freeze after a couple of seconds. To me, if it's a performance issue, you should have issues with it all the time. Like when we try and play games and you're like, oh, this is running so slow. Play the game again tomorrow. Oh, it's running so slow. Not, okay, well, let's play a clip. Oh, look, it got stuck. Oh, let's play a clip. Oh, it played all the way through. There's no consistency, which makes me wonder. I really hope it is a performance issue, but I don't know. But I'm also keeping everything crossed that in the next couple days, I can get some kind of answer about where's the cotton picking PC. People in the community have been generous enough, more than generous, to get this thing fully funded. You have one job thrown, get it to my house. That's it, one job. Get what's bought on Throne to my house. How's that working out? Yeah. Great selection of cybercars, great set of low poly cars for any cartoon racer, plenty of upgrade options too, which is great. And funnily enough, that's what we're on here, showing the upgrade options. Use the tuning details for a variety. So yeah, look, you can make the cars look different, even though there's 15 cars, and you might be like, 15 cars for $79 seems a little bit expensive. So for that amount of money, which obviously is $3.95 during the sale, for $79, I would expect customization options like this. I would expect separate meshes for the wheels, so you can make the wheels turn, and separate meshes for the doors, so that you can open and close the doors. And if there's a trunk, if there's a hood, maybe open that as well, and possibly even have it so that parts can fly off. Because if you're thinking with a game developer's brain when you're creating these things, and the use case scenarios, each car has unique parts for improvement. Decals, driver, spoiler, engine, turbine, fog light, wheels, front bumper, steering wheel, rear bumper, headlight, pipe. So it's looking like you can in fact do that. Different wheels, look. So it's not just, 15 cars and that's it. With all the customization options, you can make them all look different. The ability to customize illuminated elements, that's what we were just talking about. So headlights, brake lights, reversing lights, turbine. So if it has a turbine on the back, I guess you can make flameage, engine, fog, and pipe. Use modular racers for cars. Look. This looks a bit like me during the Happy Star Wars Month redemption. You might be like, what's the Happy Star Wars Month redemption? Well, it's funny that you ask, because during this particular month, in particular, there's a redemption for one channel point if you haven't seen it yet. And it puts a helmet on me, not unlike these helmets here,
Happy right Star here. Wars Month, BitCammy, if you give anything a shot during May, please have a better aim than a stormtrooper.
I'll try. I'll give it a go. So, yeah, it looks like, who was it earlier? Cutie Kitty saying, if I buy the Mega Bundle, it looks like I can create a game with it. I mean, this particular asset is has a lot more to it than it first seems. You might look at the description and go, 15 cars? 15 cars for $79? But it's a lot more than that. There's 15 basic cars. There's a huge amount of customization, including but not limited to the emissive materials for the lights and things. Not just including the fact that the meshes are separated out so you can do things like make things open or fly off. It also includes these racers. Look, you can customize your drivers and stuff. So if you had a racing game and you had a selection screen, you can not just customize your vehicles, you can customize the racers as well. And I always like to buy assets that are an inspiration. So if I see an asset and I'm like, you know what, I bet I could create a cute little game with that, I might buy it, even if I have no immediate plans to create said cute little game, just as a hat tip and a thank you to the developer for coming up with it. And this, I believe, is one of those assets. Yeah. And look, there's Tubby Crumbles in chat. Look. Tubby Crumbles, we just talked about. Ice Bear. That's a delicious waterfall right there. Does everybody like how I make this this uplighter turn off when it shows the curtain. Do you like? Is that a nice little touch? Do we like that? Is that good? And then it comes back on. Look, illumination. Yeah. So updates. Does anybody have any updates? I'm not going to do them right now, but does anybody have any updates to any of the redemptions we have? Because quite often I'm in Balint's stream, and he makes me blush by saying that I have some of the most polished assets. Don't talk about polishing my asset. Thank you very much. Some of the most polished redemptions on the platform, and I am quite proud of the redemptions when I create them. But it's like when you create a video game, you're like, yeah, I like it, but you know, it's never really finished, is it? There's always something else you can do. And I feel the same with the redemptions. Now, see, this redemption, I feel we can do something different with. This redemption that Stephen just showed off, I feel we can do something different with. So I want to maybe have a stream where we polish up what we already have. Maybe. Why are the dogs yapping again? I feel like I just need my Ring camera permanently open today. I need my Ring permanently open so I can see what's going on at the front of the house. Because the dogs are just driving me bananas today, to the point where I might just put them outside.
I miss Sonic.
And leave them outside. Well, Sonic will be back, Balint. I have every intention of bringing it back, and if I bring it back on the new PC and it's still balked, I'm going to fix it, because I think it has potential. When I run it in the scene, the redeemed scene, it runs perfectly. When I run it in this scene with everything else going on in this scene, it doesn't work very well. So, yeah. Yeah. It's okay. They're chasing off the PC delivery man. You know, I got very excited last night, Dark Muppeteer. I had a notification from the post office saying, you've got a package coming tomorrow. And I'm like, wait, what? No. Surely not. Is this going to be like Secret Squirrel and the PC is just going to show up on my doorstep and I'm going to get it without expecting it? Because I said to Mrs. Gamey, are you expecting a package? No. And I thought to myself, I don't remember ordering anything. So could it possibly, potentially be? But then I remembered I had ordered something. Do you remember this calculator? The TI-83 Plus that we may or may not be putting Doom on soon to play Doom on a calculator. I put 4 AAA batteries in it and it works great, but it also has a backup battery in the form of a flat lithium battery. And I do have some of those, but I didn't have the right one, so I ordered it from eBay. It was like $1.49 including shipping. At the local Walgreens, they want $6 for it. I'm not paying $6 for it. So I had ordered that. So I was a little disappointed when I remembered that, yeah, it's going to be a battery that's showing up and not a PC, which is a shame. I got a little bit excited for a moment until I realised, cool, Ring camera. Yeah, it's a Ring doorbell camera. I think it's a Ring 2. Now, they have so many different models now. It is hooked up to a solar panel for charging, because, you know, in Texas, generally we get the sun. The only downside is when we have some overcast days, consecutive days, the battery dies. There's nothing to charge it. There's no sun. The whole thing about solar panels is it generally needs a big glowing ball of something in the sky. And yeah, when we don't have sun, it's not the best plan. But it's a lot better than me having to take the battery out and charge it every couple of weeks, which I used to have to do. Nice just to not have to bother with that anymore. So, yeah, it's nice. We used to have a Redeem watching his neighbours. No. Okay, so just to clarify, there used to be, when I was sitting at the opposite end of the house and I was near the front windows, there was a there was a bird cam redemption, and it just pointed out at the bird feeder, but the neighbour's house just happened to be in the background. All right, just to clarify things. I don't want to get in trouble. I get so many postal scam texts. Yes, me too. Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous. And the latest ones, of course, are the scams where they're like, "Oh, yeah, this is you need to pay this toll. You've been past a toll, and here you go. Please pay your toll so we don't take you to court." Rubbish. Fridge time for me. Have a great day. My fave bit and chat. Ice Bear. Always a pleasure. Never a chore. And we're going to get a shout out for the about to lurk, currently departing Ice Bear. So if you're not already following and you like game dev streams or just general good people, if I'm not streaming and Bear is, more often than not, you'll find me in their channel. So track me down, hunt me down, if you will, and give me some grief in Bear's channel, where he has lots of fun stuff.
There's no indication of what that chime was meant.
That's the channel. There, in fact, is proof positive, if you needed it, that my fave Bear uses StreamerBot 2. Another example of the clip machine balking, but you know, we'll leave it there. You see this big emote here? That's what comes up, all right, when you use the 211 command, TO11, and use that command. It's locked down to subscribers. So when you get over there and you realize just how much you love it, you can drop a sub, and that'll allow you to use the 211 command, which amps up the volume. So if a song comes on that you really like, it will mute the streamer, amp up the volume, and you can hear it uninterrupted. Or actually, I don't know how long it is. 30 seconds? Maybe? But yeah, get yourself over there. Do the thing, all right? And maybe I'll see you in Bear stream on another day. When are you streaming next, Bear? Did you say it was tonight? Possibly? When you wake up? Maybe? 60 seconds. There you go. You can mute the streamer for a whole minute. Now, I know we have the redemption here where it's called turn down for what? And that mutes me. So it doesn't actually turn up the volume of the music, though. It just stops me talking over your favorite tracks. But I have it on good authority. Ice Bear is going to be streaming very soon. So go drop that follow. Make sure the notifications are not set to personalized because they never work. Change it to go live only. And yeah, I'll probably see you over there. Was going to this morning, but was up late shopping, woke up late, work late, etc. Okay, so it's a secret. It's a bit of a mystery when Ice Bear will be streaming next. But rest assured, if you have notifications enabled, Twitch will tell you. Yeah, there you go, you see. So for streamers that are so great they don't actually need a fixed schedule, have those notifications enabled, if you would. Please and thank you. Is it actually freezing or is it pausing? Is there a difference? I mean, my stream is not freezing. What I do know is sometimes it freezes.
Stay a while and listen.
Sometimes it freezes permanently, like this. Other times it stops, and then after a few seconds it goes again. But I don't know. I don't know if it's freezing, which would point more towards a performance issue, or if it is in fact pausing. I don't know. Schedule. See? Dama Patir's like, I stream. I don't need no stinking schedule. I'll stream on my own time, when I want. And if you're lucky enough to catch one of my streams, then good on you. Yeah. It's kind of how it is. Lurk is love. You see? Not wrong. And do you see there's a custom lurk message there? When Ice Bear goes into lurk mode, see that? Did you know that he sleeps in the fridge? You too, if you're a subscriber, you too can have your own custom lurk message. Yeah. We've got a few people now that have availed themselves of that opportunity, and Dukasoft is one of those. Dukasoft has a fantastic stream where he streams drone content. Yeah. And should we get a look at Dukasoft's stream if you haven't seen it before? And when Dukasoft goes into lurk mode, Dukasoft does in fact have something that says that about flying away on a drone adventure. Yeah. We're not going to get a clip though, are we? Because I hadn't realised that we still had Bear showing. Alright, so apparently if I disable the source for 5 seconds and then enable the source again, it clears any stuck clips. So maybe temporarily I need to add a new button to my Stream Deck, which does that. Maybe we need an action in StreamerBot that like disables it for 5 seconds and then turns it back on instead of me having to manually keep doing it. Because more often than not, it does get stuck, doesn't it? So let's do another shout. Here we go. Look. Well, I mean, you get to look for a lot longer now because it got stuck, but check out Dukasoft for some chill IRL drone footage. Perfect for when you just want to enjoy the moment. They've even got some awesome sunrise clips. It's true. Yeah. Yep. So if you like watching drone footage, and it's not live, which is good because that means it gets to be edited and polished and music added and stuff and made to look glorious. But yeah, let me see if the 5 second rule still works. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So given that we don't even have a shipping date yet for the PC, given that when the PC is shipped, it's still going to take a day or two to get to me, and given that I then have to set it up and get it up and running, maybe we do need something on the Stream Deck. Possibly. Oh, we got a shout out from Jotson, which generally means, if I'm not mistaken, Irish John Games over there as a mod doing the shout out. So thanks, Germ, for the shout. So let's do this. Let me just spend a couple of minutes real quick setting up a new action in StreamerBot. And I will add, and I'm going to put it in the moderating group because it's part of moderating the stream. And I'm going to call it Fix Clip Machine. All right, and what we need to do is search for set source visibility is what we need. OBS Studio sources set source visibility state, and the scene it's going to be in. Oh, itchy nose today. The scene it's going to be in is the main display. All right, and the source that we're going to disable is called Scene Torme Clip Machine. In fact, there's so much stuff in here, I'm just going to copy and paste. So we'll copy the name, and then we'll paste it in there. All right, and hidden test. Okay, that works. Visible. Okay. So what we can do is duplicate that sub action, and then one will say visible, one will say hidden, and then we just need a delay in between of 5 seconds or 5,000 milliseconds. So let's do 6 just to make sure we capture it correctly. All right, so we hide it. Wait 6 seconds, make it visible. All right, and then I'm going to add a test trigger just to check it works. All right, so, oh, thanks. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a shout out. Thanks, Wincing. We're going to do a shout out right now. Let me enable the Clip Machine source so we can see it. All right, and you're not going to see a lot. What I'm going to see is in OBS, I'm going to see the Clip Machine source get disabled, and then after 6 seconds be enabled again. And then hopefully you won't see the stuck clip anymore. So we haven't seen Boolean today, but let's do a shout out for Boolean. Let's see. We get a clip that sticks. Sticky clip. Hello.
It burns. Woo.
There it is. Go check out Boolean for some software and game dev, especially if you're curious about their side project journey. It's always inspiring to see someone building something cool. So now I think we can all agree that that particular clip in particular has stuck. No, it's freed up.
All right. But I can't hear Eye of the Tiger now when I go do the other stuff.
And then it cleared by itself. So that wasn't the best example, was it? Any other streamers we can shout out? Anybody want shouting out? I don't think we've shouted out Dartma Patir today, have we? Let's do a shout out. See if we can get Dartma Patir to stick. Usually it's the clip where Dartma Patir talks about me.
That's that little piece complete.
There it is, and then it gets stuck. There it is. Okay. So I think we can all agree this particular occasion that it is stuck. It has got stuck. Self-advertising. I know. Showing a clip that you have talking about me. It's against my... Is it against my rules in this channel or something, self-advertising? I don't think it is. I think I'm okay. I don't think I'm going to ban myself. All right, so now let's try the action. Test. So it hides it, waits 6 seconds, and I'll tell you when it's enabled again. Now. It works. So what I need to do now is go over to my Stream Deck and delete one of the things I already have on here that I don't really need. Don't really use that one. Okay. And then we need a StreamBot action, which is that one. And we're going to call it Fix Clip Machine. All right, Fix Clip Machine. All right, and the action that we're going to do is called, I think it's actually called Fix Clip Machine. Fix Clip Machine, there it is. Okay.
The missile knows where it is at all times. It knows this because it knows where it isn't. By subtracting where it is from where it isn't, or where it isn't from where it is, whichever is greater, it obtains a difference or deviation.
All right, so we have anything on here for clips? Yes, we do. All right, so let's see how that one looks. No, that's white. Let's see how this one looks. Yeah, maybe not. All right, so I'm just going to put a default black one on there. Fix Clip Machine. All right. So now we can give it a test. Who else can we shout out? Anybody? Anybody have any recommendations for somebody we can shout out that's wholesome to the channel? We don't want any Amaranths or Sasha Greys, thank you. Any recommendations? Any streamers that you like that we can do a shout out for? Hamster Hammer comes in just as we're looking for a streamer to shout out. Hamster Hammer, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good Thursday. Friday Eve, as we like to say around these parts. So we have an issue at the moment, Hamster Hammer, with the clip machine where it balks. And when it balks, I then have to go and track down the source in OBS and I have to disable it for 5 seconds and then I have to enable it again and then usually the clip's cleared. But that's a lot of messing around until we get the new PC, which hopefully will permanently fix the issue. So I've added a button to my Stream Deck called Fix Clip Machine, and it'll basically do that. It'll hide the source for 5 seconds, enable it again for the next clip, and it usually clears out what's on there. So if we check it right now and press Fix Clip Machine, bonk, there we go. So hides the source for 5 seconds, brings it back, and then we're good to go. Lana is on. Lana Lux. Lana.
A big thanks to our continuing subscriber, Hugin9129.
Oh my goodness. I don't think it's Hugin. I mean, it might be, but I always say Hugin. Hugin, what are you doing right now? That's almost 13 months. Some might say that's a whole year. Thank you very much for using your Prime sub. And as we know, you get one of those. You only get one of those, and Hugin decided to use it here instead of the one of the other 58 trillion squillion streamers on the platform. So thank you, Hugin. Welcome on in. And that walk on sound you heard there is in fact because Hugin is a subscriber. You get a walk on sound. Yeah. Tier 1 and Tier 2s get a walk on sound. Tier 3s get a walk on sound and a walk on template on the light curtain. So that's why when Harrier Cat comes in, the camera pans around and it shows the cat with the tail doing the fishing. Yeah. There you go. Alrighty. So the new button works to fix the clip machine. And I also have a button on my Stream Deck that says Anarchy. Does anybody remember when we set that up? We did set something up, so when things get a bit chaotic, and I know that almost never happens, right? When things get a bit chaotic in here, I have a button I can press that says Anarchy, and it does this.
There they are.
What in tarnation anarchy? I don't even know what that means, but I love it.
I don't even know what that means, but I love it. Yeah, so if things get a bit crazy, that's the button I'm going to be pressing, just so you know, okay? All right, now, Shoofly. Now, I looked at this pack originally and I thought, 15 cars, you know, usually if cars go on sale, it's an insta buy for me, but I thought 15 cars seems quite expensive for $79. But $3.95, it's almost rude to not buy it, right? And I don't like being rude, so I feel like this might get added to my cart. But we'll just have a little look at what else comes with it. I didn't realise that was a thing when I make my call to Anarchy and unsupervised chaos, but that is exactly what plays in my head when I say Anarchy. There we go, you see? And we have a button for it. So, yeah, I don't always remember to press it. I don't really have a way of automating that activating, because how do you detect chaos and anarchy? It's fairly subjective, right? Although Twitch apparently have some way of detecting it, because that's how the auto clips work in their new system. Yeah. So, yeah, this track actually comes with racetrack assets as well. So you've got your checkered strips, you've got your arrows, you've got your cones, your poles, your barriers, your tires, your flags, all the good stuff. Look at the detail. It's lovely, isn't it? Look at this. I can see this being heavily post-processed, and I can see these two vehicles coming towards the camera, racing down the road, and then banging against each other and sparks flying, and yeah. See, these vehicles we could use in Can You Beat You? That's one of the racing games I have on the back burner. Which has an auto clip feature. The Clippers Union will hear this. I mean, it's still in its testing phase. I'm actually part of the testing phase, the same as I am with the custom power-ups, which I think yesterday got rolled out to everybody. But yeah, Nerdwino, how the devil are you? Welcome on in. You'll know Nerdwino, right? recently elevated to being my fave moon person. Katy Perry is now my second fave moon person. Yeah, and we know how lovely the clip machine is, so it's probably going to balk. But let's see if we can get a clip of the delicious Nerdwino doing his space sciencey channel stuff.
Welcome in.
And there we go. We get a couple of seconds, and then it freezes. As it says at the top, go give Nerdwino a follow for some amazing backyard astronomy and space science streams. You might even catch them trying the backdoor approach. Anyway, welcome in, Nerdwino. We actually added a new button to my Stream Deck today because 9 times out of 10, the clip machine balks, and then we either wait indefinitely and it never goes away, or I have to go and hide the source in OBS, wait 5 seconds, and then bring it back again. And now we have a button called Fix Clip Machine on my Stream Deck for this very occasion. You see, I just press it, and then it hides the source, counts to 5, well, 6 really, and then ding, it's back on again, ready for the next clip to get stuck. So there we go. Only science fan, yeah. Only science fan. You got to be careful. Got to be careful. I mentioned OnlyFans in a stream the other day, and my message got nerfed. Yeah, and it wasn't in a bad way. It wasn't in an inappropriate way. It was just the fact it contained those 2 words. One of the mods took exception, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm going to nerf that. Sorry." I'm like, "Okay, it's all right. It's all good." Yeah. And also, at some point, I need to pause the music and play the music again when the clip machine's working. I mean, we could put the... Hang on. I think we already had it where we could put the pause in. At least that would save me one job, right? Yeah, so I can pause it. We just don't know exactly when the clip's going to be finished to replay the music again yet at the moment. So we'll work on that. I must lurk again, but if you do end up switching to your own clip machine, I'm happy to share the one I made for a convenient starting point. Thanks, Cliptic. Appreciate that. Enjoy the lurk. Lurking is love. Says all the way at the top there. So I'm going to have a little bit more of a look at this, and then might even buy it. I don't know. It's very nice. I quite like it. And while I do have some other vehicle assets, there's a lot of content in this one, and I like how they've done it. And, you know, it's less than $4 in the sale, so how can you not, really? Yeah. What did Katie do? No, it's not about what she did. It's about how amazing you are, Nerdwino. So, as much as she was lowered down, you were pushed up. You were pushed up as Katie was lowered down. Something. Yeah. So, all go drop Nerdwino a follow if you're not already. I'm sure you all are. You know, we're pretty much a fairly close-knit community here. We all love everybody else's channels. We all do the follow thing, right? If you're not already following, though, go drop him a follow now while he's not streaming and why I can't see. And that way I won't be like, Dharma Patir, I thought you were already following Nerdwino. You see, you don't get called out. Just go and do it now before Nerdwino's next stream. And when would that be, Nerdwino? When would your next stream be? It's a thing I've started doing now, is asking people if they know when they're streaming next, just so that people can get themselves geared up for the thing. Props TV, how are you? Welcome on in. We're actually doing some more, or a little bit of occasional testing of the clip machine today. I had to introduce a fixed clip machine button onto my Stream Deck because 9 times out of 10, the clip machine balks and it doesn't, in fact, clear the clip down afterwards. So I've had to put in a button short term until the new PC arrives, and hopefully it's just because I'm on a potato PC that's causing the issue. So let's do a shout out for the creator of the best chat overlay on the platform, Props TV. Here we go.
I can create skins, but still this
And there you go. Case in point. Starts to play the clip, freezes the clip. No real reason. I'm not showing any drop frames. I'm not showing a particular overhead on the PC when we do these clips. But for some reason, that's just nicht sehr gut or something. So, yeah. Now we get to press the magic button. Okay, and the magic button to fix the clip machine hides it for 5 seconds, and when it re-enables it, it's clear. Bing! There we go. You see? Oh, yeah, there it is. Yep. How you doing, Props? Are you having a good day? You're doing good? Excellent, excellent. Yeah, I'm doing okay. We might get onto the actual game dev portion of the stream shortly. We're just taking a look at the $2 plus sale. We did have a message pinned to the top of chat for the Publisher of the Week, but let's unpin that for now. Let's say Unity $2 plus sale. And then what we can do is we can grab the link from my Discord server and we'll put it in there, and then we will pin it to top of chat. There we go. Wait, you do get... So, Octavius, if you didn't see earlier, if you weren't here, we actually have a fixed clip machine button now on the Stream Deck for when, inevitably, pretty much all of the clips get stuck. Save me having to scroll through OBS, find the source, disable the source, wait 5 seconds, re-enable the source, and then the clip goes off the screen. So let's demonstrate with a totally wholesome clip from the delightful Octavius. Okay, hold on to your hats, everybody. Here we go. Any second, you're going to see him. Up here. Allegedly. Maybe. Effing and jeffing. I mean, at least with the old clip machine, it brought up all your stuff and it's like, okay, look. This is where the clip would be if it showed a clip. But now, I don't know. It's been working, Octavius. And I use the word working loosely. It's been working all stream, even though it's been freezing on people's clips. How do we put you in and it doesn't even bring up the clip machine? Let's try. Maybe the second time's a charm. I know. Thanks, BotGamey. But that still shouldn't stop you bringing up the clip machine, even though the Fancy Pants shout out has been added. See, sometimes it takes a minute. Sometimes it takes a hot minute, as the cool kids say, but I don't know. Is it just completely broken now? Did the clip machine take exception to the fact that I put a button on my Stream Deck to fix the clip machine, and it's like, I'm not putting up with that. I'm just not even coming on now. So what about if I do a shout out for me? No. Just completely balked now. Right. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to manually hide it. I'm really hoping this is all down to this potato PC that's causing the issue. I'll manually hide it, and then we'll wait a few seconds, and then I'll bring it back on, and then we'll have another go for Octavius, because Octavius deserves a shout out more than I do. Okay. You're all already following Octavius, right? You know Octavius. He's the guy that comes in and does the hilarious gift subs, right? Usually based on something we're talking about, or, you know, something not as inappropriate as Balint did, all right? Octavius comes in and does a shout out last stream for cheese shenanigans or something, and then Balint comes in and does one with a rather inappropriate wording that now apparently I thought, I don't know, I was in two minds whether he would actually show it on his stream last night, but he did. Yeah, he in fact did. I'm like, yeah, he's not going to show it. He's not. Oh my goodness, he's showing it. And then he did. He actually showed it on stream. So, yeah, I was hoping he didn't. I think we all were, really. Anybody that knew what was coming really didn't want it to come. And there it was. It came. Let's see. Is it going to be nice this time? Is it going to play ball? Or is it just going to wind me up and annoy me? The background, if frozen with my stupid face. That's the thing. When it freezes, nobody ever goes, hey, you know what? I've seen this clip before, but it's never actually paused at this point. That puts me in a really good light. I mean, I look really good in this freeze frame. It's usually something like... Yeah. Well, it seems like it does not actually... Get the music back on, because it does not want to play ball today. For some reason. We could try somebody that worked earlier, like Nerduino. We've got a couple of clips from Nerduino today. And then we'll see if it is in fact just being annoying, or if it is in fact completely balked right now, probably till the end of the stream if it doesn't work anymore. So let's give it a try. Let's try my fave moon person one more time. Let's see. And if it does work for Nerduino, it obviously just hates me and Octavius. I mean,
where are we looking at now? I think we're probably
so that's Astro Canuck.
Southern pole.
Nerduino should be inserted in this corner down here.
Like through over
but
Australia.
Is AFK, I'm guessing.
Into the Pacific.
He's saying about you trying a backdoor approach to things at the top, Nerduino, which I don't know where it's getting that from, but yeah, it's getting that. Maybe we can get a shout out for Bentley. Maybe it'll like Bentley more than it likes Octavius, possibly. She's taking care of Minnie a bit. Her cold is much worse. Oh, I'm sorry, Nerduino. Give her a big kiss and hug, if it's not weird, from me, and I hope she feels better soon. You don't have to say it's from me. That probably would make it a bit weird. Let's have a look. Is it going to shout out Bentley? Maybe. It did shout out Bentley and Octavius on previous streams, so I don't know why it's being such a finickety widget today. Finickety widget. That sounds a bit like Lemony Snicket. No, nothing. No. What about Jern? Did we see a Jern today? I don't think we saw a Jern, did we? Is it even going to show a Jern? No. No. Maybe there's a timeout thing. Maybe it tries to grab a clip, and if it can't grab a clip in the time, then it's like, yeah, I'm not, sorry, I'm out. And maybe it is all performance related, and maybe if they ever send me the new PC, possibly, potentially, everything will just work nicely. Let's try Dukasoft again. Dukasoft worked earlier, so let's see if we're going to get a Dukasoft clip. Maybe it's just an indication that I'm getting too many clips. What I'm looking to do is I'm going to create a command. This is mostly directed at the mods. I'm going to create a command that's SO, probably NC, no clip. So it just does the Fancy Pants shout out and adds you to the Fancy Pants shout out list. Yeah, it doesn't really like it today, does it? I don't know what's going on. We did get a working clip for Clayman earlier. Let's see if we can get another Clayman clip up in here. Possibly. All right, I'm done. I'm out. That's it.
Ribbit. 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 Ribbit.
Exactly. See, if you can't play nice, Clip Machine, that's it. I'm not playing with you at all. We're going to try one more go. Tatum. See if it'll...
Back for the lunch break, but it's too hot to eat. He'll stay hydrated for the remainder of the afternoon. Bitger Melting Duckelson.
Bitger Melting Duckelson. How are you, Tatum? Too hot to eat. What kind of temperatures are you seeing at the moment? We have a high of 80 here today. I've got the windows open and there's a nice gentle breeze. So unusually for Texas, it actually, yeah, it's not too bad. It's one of the 3 days a year that we can actually have the windows open. So that's nice. The Clip Machine doesn't like us anymore. We may have actually seen the end of clips for this stream, which is a shame because I like seeing you guys, as well as seeing you in chat, you know, seeing you actually, clips of you as well. But yeah, it's not playing ball today. But let's put the music back on. And we'll see how it goes. But yes, do stay hydrated. Always good to stay hydrated, especially if it's the temperatures are up there. And don't get sunburned like Moxie Drinker got sunburned. Make sure you apply sunscreen liberally to your exposed parts. Or something. 92 with a real feel of 106. Ooh, very humid. Ooh. I don't like that. I don't like that for you, Tatum. Sorry about that. Have you seen the forecast? Is it supposed to cool off over the next few days? I'm not sure what the dealio is here. Let me have a look. Let me see what the forecast is. Last time I checked it, every single day showed possible thunderstorms here, so I don't know. Today, 50% chance of storms, high of 78. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 85. But then, here's your chance of storms for where I am from Saturday onwards. 50%, 70%, 40%, 40%, 70%, 70%, 60%, 50%. So pretty good chance of storms here for the next 10 days. Yeah, that's why I had to mow the yard. Remember last time, before the last time, when I mowed the yard, I did it in the rain. It was drizzling, it's fine. The last time I did it, a couple of days ago, I did it in the dark. Almost pitch black. I could barely see the grass to see what I was doing because I knew there was going to be 10 days of upcoming possible storms and I know I wouldn't have a chance to do it for a while. So, yeah, crazy, crazy, crazy. Rain is supposed to move in this afternoon. It should be much cooler tomorrow. Now, you see, in England, when you had a storm, if it was like muggy, as they call it, humid, if you have a good storm, it clears the air, everything's great. After a storm, you're like, no more mugginess. However, in Texas, that doesn't seem to be the case. You can have it humid and muggy, you have a good old storm, and then it's just wet and humid and muggy. So, yeah, it doesn't always follow that things are clearer afterwards. But I hope that works out for you, Tatum. The dog is walked. I have returned. Thank you for coming back, Jenny, because, you know, I've been that person where I say, all right, I'll be right back. I just need to do this thing. And then I do that thing. And then I have to do another thing. And then something else gets inserted in between my things. And before you know it, I don't manage to get back. And then people are like, yeah, that big gamey. He's like, I'll be right back. And then never returns. There's usually a genuine reason or reasons for that not happening. I don't think you can do the weather at state level, especially for a humongous state as big as Texas. I'm up a tier, but we can probably do Dallas. Remember we saw Dallas earlier, and I said that's not really doxing me because it's like 3.5 hours away. Look, we're just in time for Hadouken. Got the music going. I want everybody playing air guitar right now, okay? All right. How you doing, Hadouken? Welcome on in. At least there's good music, even if the rest of the content is rubbish. I see See what we're doing there. I see how it is. Yep, got it. Thanks. Duly noted. Weather Lee's house. How funny would it be if it actually came up and said Lee's house? I think it does come up and say Lee, right? Is weather even working? Because I haven't been watching. Has any weather come up at all? Yes, there we go. In Londinium, 53% humidity. 70 Fahrenheit. That's nice. 70 is good. It did for you. Well, I mean, you put Texas in. It's not going to do it for Texas, and it's not going to do it for Lee's house. But if you have an actual city or a place that it might have the weather for, go ahead and throw it in, Dark Muppeteer. No, there's not a place called Bit Gamey. Still alive and mostly vertical, so I guess all good. That is good. What are we up to? Well, we're just finishing looking at the $2 plus sale, which should be pinned to the top of chat on the Unity Asset Store. Just making a final decision whether I'm going to buy this pack here of modular cyber racing cars, because it's pretty good. And I mean, for less than $4, when it's normally $79, not only does it come with 15 unique cars, a humongous amount of customization, and drivers, you can like set emissive materials, so you can have headlights, you can have brake lights, you can have lights on the turbines. You got different trucks. That looks like a VW Beetle customized. Obviously, it's not a VW Beetle for legal reasons. Yeah, there's a lot of different vehicles here that I think would fit well into one, possibly two of the projects that I have on the back burner. And since this sale is probably going to finish in a week or two, I might well have to indulge and treat yourself, as they say. So, yeah. Weather Rally. See, it works for Tatum. It works when you put in proper places. Yeah. They do be looking really good. Yeah, yeah. So, hopefully, everybody's having a good day today. Hadouken, do you stream? I see you have 43 followers, so and you've got a proper picture. So I'm just curious if you do the stream thing, because we've been testing out the clip machine today, which 9 times out of 10 does in fact balk, which is not great. But you know, I'm happy to give it one last shot and see if it does work or not. What about if we do weather for Ontario? I've been streaming a little here and there. Okay. And do you save your clips? Do you have any clips? Do you know if you have clips? Look at that. Almost 80 degrees in Ontario, but 70 degrees in London. It was a while ago now. Okay, so there might not be clips. But speaking of clips, I'm just going to run to make another coffee, and I'll leave you with a selection of clips from this channel. Okay? Try not to fall off your chair laughing. Some of them are hilarious. Most of them are out of context. But I will in fact be back. You're welcome, Tatum. I will in fact be back in a couple of minutes. This is something that we've discussed in the past, where when you go to Ice Bear Bear's stream, he has a little polar bear emote in the corner, kind of going like this, dancing, and people kept joining his
and there was
chat
much
going,
rejoicing.
Hey, is that tied to the bits per minute of the music? So I thought, huh, let me see if I can do that.
Sorry, Cricket. Guys, speaking of death.
The missile knows where it is at all times. It knows this because it knows where it isn't. By subtracting where it is from where it isn't, or where it isn't from where it is, whichever is greater, it obtains a difference or deviation.
So Berlin is the king of segues. That's why he has a seg command in his chat, so viewers can go, hey, that was a great segue, and then it does a little animation and stuff. And you know, Now he does some great segues. Last night, not quite such a great segue.
Best in life. To grate some parm, watch the cheese melt, and hear the joyful squeaks of my dinner guests.
Why do you want to sell your yard? I mean, I'm buying other people. Dream come true now.
Once upon a time, Epic Gimme and his moose hat were inseparable. They went on wild adventures, causing chaos and hilarity wherever they went. The end.
See, that's not a story because it's true. We are inseparable. Everywhere we go when I'm not on stream, I'm wearing that moose hat. If you saw some of the pictures that I take, like when we're out shopping, when we go to visit family, they're just used to me now showing up in a moose hat. So it's only on stream when I don't wear it all the time. As much as a couple of mods might try to get me. And I guess it might have...
Happy Easter. Be a good egg and not a rotten one.
I guess it might have...
Thank you.
What's it? Bunny ears on the lemonade stand, man. That's hilarious. Nice. I wonder if that's how it came about. Someone accidentally one day was eating a Snickers and they dropped it in and they're like, oh no, what are we going to do now? And they fished it out and there's this thing and they're like, I mean, it's a shame to waste it. And then they just ate it and they're like, oh my goodness, I think we've stumbled on something here. This could be a new revolution. I'm going to put it on my tongue. I'm going to close my mouth. I'm going to count to 4. I'm going to swallow it. And then I'm going to drink the drink. Okay? Just so you... What? Nate, what are you... Tatum, we usually like to see the contents of your lunchbox. We did get a professional singer to record for us. And the command is called Billboard. And it goes a bit like this.
Yeah, I'm not a billboard. I'm Mother Ferret Billboard. I'm not a billboard. I'm not a billboard.
Because that's a perfect impression of how a generator sounds. But, you know, you shut the back door and it doesn't matter. It just annoys your neighbours. It doesn't annoy you. And we started it running, and within about, I would say, probably less than 5 minutes, the power came back. Yeah, so we put everything in place to keep the lights on, so to speak, and cheese penis.
Ribbit.
Just chew. No, that's definitely something you shouldn't chew on. Do you know what? I could eat a batter sausage about now. That'd be nice. Why was that even clipped? I could eat a batter sausage about now. What is it? What? That has to be Belint. I bet Belint clipped that. Oh my goodness. Alrighty. I'll see Octavius is heading out. I'm heading out to the work. Stay cool, my dude. Good luck on working on the cheese wheel. There is no cheese wheel, but thank you, Octavius. If you want to go over to Octavius's stream and type in the command pre-order, you can find out everything you need to know about his Your Pillow. Yeah. I'm not going to say any more than that. You just need to get over there and do it. You can probably even do it when he's not streaming. So if you head on over to Octavius's chat right now, it's true. Yeah. South Rebel, how you doing? That was a pretty quick assumption that I was talking trash. And it is, in fact, that time, one guy. It's always that time, really, isn't it? But Sandstorm by Darude. Let's go. Leroy Jenkins, indeed. Yeah. Do we need to make the anarchy stuff trigger when the word anarchy is used, or have an anarchy command? Or should that just be something that I trigger when things get a bit crazy? I do love this song. How are you doing, South Rebel? Are you having a good day? Are you having a happy Friday Eve, as we like to call it around these parts? Excellent. Glad to hear it. But Turgus bought me a ticket for the cheese wheel. I mean, there will still be the event. So, you know, your ticket will get you into the event, which is a 3-day event next week, Monday to Wednesday, 4-year affiliate-versary stream. So, yeah, you can still show up. I just can't guarantee there'll be any cheese, Tatum. I can guarantee there'll be a tube of nasty Pringles, there'll be a tube of nice Pringles, and there'll be a bunch of Steam keys available for people to win free games. I can tell you that much. Yeah, but as for cheese, I'm not sure there'll be any cheese. All right, so I don't know if we ever actually watched the video for this, so let's watch the video for this. I feel like if it's a demonstration video rather than a tutorial, we don't need the music on, so we can in fact just leave the music playing, even though nobody actually requested this. Let's just throw an artist in for a song request and let Spotify decide which title we get. Caribbean Queen, classic, banger. All right, let's go. Watch this video. Hadoukenen's like, yeah, I'm just here for the music. That's okay. Just carry on. Quite delicious, aren't they? Look, the lights, different customization levels. Different drivers. Police, I like the police car. Pretty much, but also looking for SSD storage stuff. Notice that my NAS unit had drives that have been on for almost 8 years. Wow. That's like 50 years in tech years, isn't it? It's like dog years. Solid state drives. It's probably one of the biggest differences you can make. I bought a Lenovo laptop, a 17-inch IdeaPad, used from somebody, and it came with a standard platter drive in there. That thing was slow as molasses. As soon as I switched it out for an SSD, fired up just like that. Yeah. I think one of the best upgrades you can make to a PC, to be honest. Let's see, 4 reviews. Make more packs. I have lots of ideas. I'll get in touch with you on Discord. 2 months ago. Okay. Leather style. I wish there are be more tracks like that. So not only do you get the vehicles, quite delightful. You get the customization of said vehicles. You also get different wheels, you get different drivers, you get racetrack assets. I mean, you can't go wrong for less than $4, can you? I'm going to add this to the cart. Just because it would be rude not to. Okay. And for anybody that missed it earlier, There is actually a $2 plus sale going on. And by $2 plus, none of the assets are more than $4. And sometimes they cost hundreds of dollars. So if you were going to add to your collection, I'd suggest clicking the link at the top of chat, checking out the sale for yourself. Game dev by Fried Studios. All right. Oh, yeah, this is 4-drive RAID 6 situation, so a SSD will make it way faster. Also add 10 gig network interface card for it. Nice. Nice.
Hey, does anybody want coffee?
I did just actually get a coffee. Thank you, Lodoc. How's your head today, Lodoc? Is it any better? I know you've had a bad headache for the past few days. Did you wake up today and everything was fine and glorious and no pain whatsoever? Hope so.
That tickles.
It's better today. Well, in that case, we can do some no pain hype. There you go. Bless your butt. And there's the bouncing butts, the dumpy duck, if you will. All right. So, Dharma Patir, have you seen any other assets being added to the sale? Woo, sir, welcome in. Because yesterday, Dharma Patir was in here and like, here's some more assets that just got added. Oh, here's some more assets that just got added. And it seemed like almost on an hourly basis, they were adding new assets. Look at all the dumpies. Aww. I don't know. Mine keeps saying, well, we hide purchased assets, I guess. Then we're down to 202. There was one, a UI thing from this week's asset dev. Oh, Mitchski that we looked at earlier. Alrighty. Maybe if it's one I already own, maybe I might not see it. There it is. Look, last one on the list. 50%. I guess it shows not because it's in the $2 plus sale, but because the search criteria is for assets between $0 and $4 and is on sale. So yeah, while I was saying earlier that it wouldn't generally include Publisher of the Week assets because even at half price, they're usually more than $4. I guess this one falls into that category. But yeah, definitely a lot of stuff to choose from. I like that there's so much of a range. It's not like, oh, 70% of it is tools or 50% of it is shaders. I think they've got a pretty good selection of across the board of categories in here. I already had it from one of their other assets. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I have this particular one in particular. Yeah, $2.49. Seems a bit of a steal. Complete UI pack for Unity allows you to create stunning in-game operating system interfaces. Not a lot of screenshots really, given that it's a UI package. I would expect to see more. Ah, but look, there's a dependency. It needs this normally $80 package. I'm down to 69. Nice. Not owned. Yeah, I'm down to 202 Dharma Batir. Yeah, look. 202 results. On sale only. Hide purchased assets. I was wondering if there was anything else that caught my eye. And as I scroll through, sometimes you can just tell if there's an asset that you're interested in or not. Like effects assets, I'm not really interested in at the moment. So any particle system type assets, anything UI related, not really looking for. Anything stylized, not really. Any sound effects, I probably have all I need for now.
Lizard. Hey, Gamey, how are you? Also, everybody follow But
Tatum, thank you. Have a great rest of your day. Hopefully you get the storm that it sounds like you need to clear the air and things won't be so hot and humid. But you know, being sticky is not always a bad thing. Just want to put that out there. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Always good to see you. Sorry the clip machine was so balked we didn't really see a good Tatum clip today. We try it one more time as Tatum departs. Or has the clip machine just in fact given up for the whole day now? Oh, look, someone that can actually do Etch-a-Sketch art.
Just a little doodle fun. Haunted house, jack-o'-lantern, moon, and a bat.
Clipped by me.
So get your screenshots in. Because this thing is, ooh. Y'all. It's Halloween.
It's Halloween. A perfect end to a clip. Someone clipped that really well. Yeah. Wait. It's no gamey sketch, I know, and for that I think everybody is thankful, grateful, appreciative. Insert your thankful word here, Dharma Batir. Yeah. Of course, we have a bit sketchy redemption here where I do work on, create a masterpiece for the Etch-a-Sketch, but that's only here on Mondays. Since today is quite obviously not Monday, that's why it's not showing in the redemptions. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, there are certain assets that I can just scroll through and go, oh, there we go. I think you can pretty much scan through and decide which ones you want without having to go into each separate one. So, do you feel like you're done now, Dharma Batir? If they don't add any more assets to the list, have you looked through enough and you've bought enough to know that you won't need any more? Or are you like me in that it's like, it's a couple of days left. The FOMO is real. I wasn't really going to get that one, but you know, it's only between $2 and $4, so I don't want to miss out. Usually how it works. There are a lot of good things in here. Gley, G-L-E-Y, I believe that's how you pronounce it. That's some good traffic assets. Mobile pedestrian system. That could be a good one. Pretty much done, but we'll look towards the end of the sale. Yeah. Smitesoft, aka Maths Plus Games. That's some great assets. Look, their colorized asset is in the sale. We see them drop in this stream sometimes. I mean, a 70 games bundle. That's got to be worth a look, right? I will say there are a lot of environmental assets. I was very surprised how many I think Dartmouth Batir drew our attention to the Learters studio assets. They've got at least a couple in here that are like Mahusive bundles. And if you're on my Discord server and you have the role set up for Unity, you'll see that I did actually post one of them in the sale highlights channel. Yeah. Monsters, 3D characters, vegetation. Also, I mean, Cinti Studios always a crowd pleaser. There's a few Cinti Studios assets in the sale as well, which I don't think you'll get them any cheaper than they have them in this sale. Swimming system. That's one of those that you're like, yeah, I don't know if I'm ever going to use that. And then I start thinking and I'm like, the FOMO really is real. The fear of missing out. It's like an idea I came up with a while ago is similar game to Hitman, but it's a bodyguard. So rather than you going after people, you're protecting people from the hitmen. And that possibly potentially would benefit from having a swimming system in it. Do I want to spend $2 on the off chance I might get to that project at some point, possibly potentially in the future? I don't know. Dartmouth Batir, you're not helping. You're not helping. Environmental Studies by Lice, Aesop Rock, Homeboy, Sandman. Thanks. Thanks, Harry Cat. I guess we'll find out what that is. Well, I mean, even if I don't get it, Dartmouth Batir, it'd probably be rude to not look at it, right? I mean, looking costs nothing. Window shopping is free. And absolutely almost never, I mean, always ends in a purchase. Look, pirate multiplayer game template. See, Irish John Games could have spent $3 instead of 6 years and Rise of Piracy right there. A joke. Not really. How's your day going, Berlin? Are you having a good one? Sir! Is Berlin streaming? He must be if he's done a shout out. And yet no notification on my phone. My phone is so rude. Twitch, why don't you tell me about these things? Now we have to do the obligatory checking. So rude, Twitch. So rude. There, look. Look. My goodness. So I have to come over here and I have to do this. See how rapid fire, you see how that goes? Just like that. Yeah. So go drop Berlin follow if you're not already. Look, it's playing Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. It's actually release day for the game, and Berlin is going to be playing it and discussing ecology in the world of Yoshi. Allegedly, according to the title. Yeah. So get yourself over there. All right, you got the link in chat. Look, automatically posted. I did get a notification. Boo, I didn't get a notification either. Why can Twitch just not be consistent with their notifications? Look, I have notification preferences. Go live only. It's quite obviously set there, so why did you not notify me? Huh? So rude, Twitch. Tell you what. Oh well. We're in there now. This was Harry Cat's choice, by the way. The only person that can skip this track is Harry Cat. All right, let's see. Do we want a swimming system for $2? I already know Dartmouth Pateer's opinion. Don't skip. Yeah, there you go. We're locked in. I'm not sure that this screenshot and this screenshot add a lot more to the asset, do they? You probably could have done with one of these. I don't think you need both of them. Underwater. Okay. Climb up from water. Dive. Dive. So that's the tutorial. We don't want that. This is the one showing off the asset. That's the one we want to look at. There's actually a song called Better Luck Next Time. What? Crazy. Anyway, I think we probably know who's going to be the raid target today, don't we? Potentially. Yeah. So, let's have a watch and let's see. While I sip on my coffee, let's watch this asset in use.
Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit.
That was perfect timing. I was drinking my coffee as Barney started doing his slurping noises. I mean, it's very nice. There's treading water, there's swimming, there's breaststroke swimming. Do we have any other strokes, or is it just breaststroke?
Ribbit, ribbit.
We've got the climbing out. Oh, front crawl. Oh, I don't like that. Front crawl animation's not great. Look at that. Look, looks like he's drowning. Maybe we can call it a drowning animation. Diving. I like the dive. I guess diving and breaststroke would be good enough, right? I mean, you don't have to have a front crawl stroke. This footage shows how the swimming system can be used with the FS melee combat and shooter systems. These systems are available separately and not part of this asset. Okay. I'm glad that they told you that, but also I'd sooner not see that. Okay, so you do have some other animation packs, but I don't mix them up with this one because I'm only interested in this one. No, don't know if I like that. Mario Cat. Berlin, you're streaming, sir. Should we give the clip machine one last chance? Should we see if it will do a shout out for Berlin? Whoa! What? We were talking about Lana earlier. As Lana looks his game.
How did Magica get there? How did Magica get there?
So silly.
Such a cutie patootie. Munchie as well. There we go, and it played all the way through. How do we go from not even showing Octavius's details to playing Berlin's clip all the way through? I don't know. I'm just happy that it did. Spank hug, that'd be something, wouldn't it? What would that even look like? Probably don't want to know. How did we end up with Three Little Pigs again? As if I couldn't guess. Who could possibly, potentially have requested? Yes, it was Balint. And then we get Better Luck Next Time. And then nice assets from Dartmouth Pateer. And I think probably everybody, even the requesters, are not sure if they're going to be appropriate. So I guess we'll find out. We'll wait and see. So I need more details. Let's watch this, and then I'm going to have a look, another 20 seconds on this, and then I'm going to have a look at the package, and hopefully each animation has been named, and then we'll be able to see. I'm sorry, that really is terrible. That front crawl animation is terrible. I love all the others. The treading water is great. I guess that was a sinking animation as it went down there. Climbing out, the diving in, breaststroke, they're all great, but that front crawl, no, really. I think that spoils it, to be honest. I would have just left that out. Look at package. Yeah. Easily add swimming to your game with the FS swimming system. Players can move across the surface, dive underwater, and jump or dive into water from heights. Swim on the surface, tread water when idle, and adjust swimming speed. Let players dive and explore underwater areas. Support for jumping or diving into water from elevated spots. Add AI that can move and follow targets on the water's surface. AI cannot swim underwater. AI swimming. What? Darth, welcome on in. Configure player and AI characters in one click. Yeah. Artmap Material know we've seen things that say about doing it in so many clicks in other assets that, yeah, didn't actually work out quite so well. Splashes and ripples react to player and AI movement. This asset uses royalty-free sound effects from Pixabay and fonts licensed under the Open Font license. Let's get together and feel alright. Oh my goodness.
Thank you so much, Huryoke, for gifting a tier 1 subscription to Darth Blackman.
Wow, that's very generous of you. Thank you so much. Harriocat, you crazy person. Oh my. 144 subs is insane, Harriocat. But I don't think you're insane, I just think you're insanely generous. So thank you very much. And Darth Blackman, you can now enjoy all the emotes, including the animated ones, and show them off in other people's channels. Yeah, there it is. Yes, so big thanks, Harriocat, for the gift sub to Darth Blackman.
Lizard.
Big thanks, Harriocat. Anybody else want to say it? Anybody? Beulah? No? Okay. Well, I'll thank you anyway. Harriocat, thank you. Alrighty. So, let's have a look at the package content. Swimming system, animations. Climb up from water, dive land, dive loop 2, fast swim, idle to dive, run to dive, slow swim, surface idle, fast swim. So they're not actually labelled as breaststroke and front crawl and the one that looked like they were drowning. Underwater idle, underwater left, right, swim. Animator. Okay, I don't know about this. Audio got some free audio with it. Materials, resources, scripts. Swimming system.pdf. Walking the dog. What dog do you have, Darth Blackman? And what is the dog's name? We do like the dogs here. All my dogs are immortalized in emote form. We have Igni and we have Milo. There's the two doggies. That's my two doggies anyway. Blah blah blah. Water effects. Prefabs. Bubble, foam, ripple, underwater. Ah. You're killing me, Smalls. Damn Puppeteer. Let's just like temporarily add it to my cart. All right. It doesn't mean I'm going to buy it. It doesn't mean I'm going to indulge. Okay. It does in fact mean that it's a possible potential when I get to checkout. French Bulldog mix. Do you know the last time I remember seeing a French Bulldog was in Nintendogs? Do you remember that game? On the 3DS where you could pet the dogs and play with them, they had a French Bulldog version. French Bulldog with Jack Russell. I don't think I've... Oh, Elizabeth, that's a nice name. I don't think I've seen a French Bulldog mixed with a Jack Russell before. It's an interesting combination. I'm sure she's a cutie patootie. Reviews, what are people saying? Uh-oh, that's not a good start, is it? 1 3-star and 1 5-star. Poor documentation. Did the developer at least respond to this humongous review? Yes. Okay, good. We'll look at that in a minute. The first one. Works well, right out the box. As with other assets from this company, I give them the high praise that it simply works right out of the box. The demo scene showcases the ability to walk into the water, transition into swimming, and even go up and down, and the levels of water. A breath meter is built in if you want to use it. The enemy AI can be set up to be able to swim across the water. Diving animations are provided if you enter the water from an elevated place. And of course, this is compatible with all of their other products. It's interesting. This usually, if somebody's given a free code and they redeem it, it says in the review that the reviewer was gifted the package. This kind of, to me, I don't know, it kind of smacks of somebody that knows the developer, but it doesn't say it was gifted. So I wonder if they bought it and then got reimbursed by the developer, or they just bought it because they know them and want to leave a nice review. I do not currently have a situation where I am using this in my games, but I'm happy to have it in my back pocket to pull out for when the time comes that I need swimming in my games, because it just works. Yeah, I don't know. This review seems a little bit sus to me. She's a bit taller than a French and therefore more energetic. Ooh. Very nice. Thanks a lot for the detailed review. All right, so onto the humongous fungus one, which I'm going to scan read. Poor documentation. Button import project settings. How can I press it if I already have a project and don't know what exactly will be changed in my project settings? Yeah, that is a downside sometimes when it says, okay, to import this, we need to change your project settings. And you're like, what do you need to change in the project? And it doesn't actually list it. Set up swimming only through Wizard? What the heck is Wizard? Oh, unless you mean a wizard that they put in there. Why no manual character setup? If I already have a character with controller animator, I just want to add swimming. So I'll change rating if I will change rating if we'll get an answers. Questions are also a review. Wait, what? UPD, does that mean an update to their existing review? Then your asset title and description are misleading. So they basically came back, the developer, okay, if you want to have a conversation in the reviews page, which is ridiculous, we'll do it. They came back and responded, and then this person added an update, which is presumably in response to what they responded with. Locomotion isn't a swimming system, and I don't see a dependency on locomotion controller in the description. Ultimately, it's a useless swimming system. That's not good. Questions are also a review, even if you don't like them and want to hide. Actually, no. Questions are not a review. A review is saying the pros and cons and what you think about it. Asking questions, that's not what a review page is for. You don't go on Yelp and go, oh, so I went to this steakhouse last night. I went to this restaurant. Have you considered about adding A1 steak sauce to the tables for when people come in? You don't ask questions in a review page, idiot. I'm sorry, but idiot. And also, we have a lot of things that are important. Don't forget that. All right. I'm surprised he didn't put this in capital letters, because if something's important, it needs to be more obvious. Turgoose, how are you doing?
Cheese wheel, cheese wheel, cheese wheel, cheese wheel, cheese wheel, cheese wheel, cheese wheel.
And we just saw a wild boar from across the fence. Whoa!
Backed, dacked, dacked.
All right, just give me a moment. I will be right back. Kick me in the rumpus. But anyway, you know what? I could eat a batter sausage about now. That'd be nice.
Ribbit. 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 Ribbit.
It's been a bit of a blur last few days, but I told somebody, I said, I always wear clothes from the waist up when I'm streaming. I'm not always naked. It's just like sounds, right? I'm gonna lick a bum bum down. Wait, who wants me to keep the titties? Coffee rocks. Okay. Mr. Lava Worm. Here we go. Susie Q. In 3, 2, 1. Disgusting. That is nasty. That's horrible. What? Why? I ask myself on a daily basis, why would I do that? I never answer myself though, so I always ask the important questions, just never get the answers. Voice to text changed half my wheels. That's rude. That's rude. You should file a complaint, Turgus. You should ask for your money back is what you should do. Yeah. How you doing anyway? We've been doing some playing again today with the clip machine. Sometimes it plays a clip and it freezes. So I've got a button set up on my Stream Deck to fix it. Or make it disappear anyway. Other times, like when we did a shout out for Octavius, nothing will come up at all. And then sometimes it will play all the way through, like we just saw for the last clip, which was for Belint. So, yeah, we'll do a shout out and see if we can grab Turgus. Turgus had a great stream last night, by the way. This wasn't it. As you can tell by the date over the far side. Doing well. Running into my appointment now. I think I'm still lurking at home. All right, thanks, Turgus. Hope everything goes okay
with
the appointment.
It looks like boats heading into Miami trying to offload their
run the law.
See? Perfectly. Why can it not just do that every time? I don't know. Also, I have to remember to start the music again, because at the moment we only pause the music when the clip starts. But I manually start it again afterwards. Okay. Let's have a look at the important points to note. First of all, swimming system uses second camera with tag main camera, 2 cameras with main tag, its bad solution and Broke's usual functionality. Both cameras works in parallel, so FPS is low, of course, because it renders twice the game. If you swim up to an object with a thin collider, swimming mode considers the character to be on land and... Alright, what does the developer say? Using the FS system setup window is the intended way to create characters in the system, which is why the documentation shows that approach. Manually adding all the scripts and assigning references is unnecessary when the same setup can be done with a single click. There. The system is designed to work with our third-person controller, and it cannot simply be plugged into any custom third-person controller. That's not good. Realistically, it's not possible to create a system that can be plugged into every custom controller without code changes because each controller's implementation can be different. In our controller, for example, we perform checks during normal locomotion, such as whether the player can dive into the water or whether the player's body is submerged enough to start swimming. Who's plopping in my stream? Harry Cat with the plops. One possible approach is to use our controller only while swimming. You can use your controller during update. The swimming system only uses a single camera. Okay. Colliders should be box colliders. Okay. Welcome window is only supposed to show it the first time. Okay. Again, we'd appreciate if you ask these questions through our support channels. We don't monitor updates to reviews often, but we actively check support channels and respond to questions every working day. I mean, common sense you think would prevail, but it's not that common these days, is it? We've replied to your support question on Discord. We answer questions every weekday, Monday to Friday, and you can expect to reply within 1 business day. All right, so I get it. They're basically selling a bunch of animations, and if you know enough, which I think I do, you can take these animations and create your own swimming system, all right? If you want to use, I guess, the Fantacode Studios character controller, let's have a look. Then you can fully implement it. Don't even have a separate character controller, which is weird. Apparently, I own their rope swinging system and their shooter system. But yeah, it's weird they refer to a character controller they don't actually have as a separate asset. I don't know. Is this the real life or just a Fantacode? That was from the game developer called Queen, if I'm not mistaken. FantacodeStudios.com. I mean, they said about responding on their Discord. I don't know why their Discord server is not listed. So to get to their Discord server, presumably I've got to go through their website. Maybe. Is that the point we've got to now? My PC isn't even powerful enough to bring up a website. Here we go. Eventually, slowly but surely. So we have Insta, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Where's the Discord server? I wonder if they only list the Discord server in their documentation, so you can only jump on their Discord server if you buy one of their assets. Oh, let's build together. Connect with fellow developers, get early updates, share feedback, and grow together. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, there's a place for you in our Discord. Join now. Why is this not just a link at the top like Insta and everything else? I don't know. 113 online, 759 members. Let's join. Wait, are you human? I think so. I am human. All right. Let's have a look. So now we're on their server. They have a rules and roles to set up. I don't know. I'll read through that later. All right, so possibly, potentially, it's added to my cart. We'll see if I purchase it. $70 games bundle. This was the one I wasn't sure about. I mean, $239. 70 games that possibly, potentially could be asset flipped. Get $1,246.71 worth of game template source codes for only $239. Just $3.41 per complete game, or in the sale, just $2.39 for the whole thing. Games that are included in this bundle. Now, is this one of those? I believe it is, where you would buy this page and then you'd have to go to each one of these 70 pages and add them for free. Well, let's have a look, because I don't mind a good template that I can tweak and change and make my own. You know, I'm not all about reinventing the wheel. Are they all videos, or do we have an image that shows what we have, possibly? Now, are they all 2D games? It looks like they're all 2D games. It doesn't actually say, but only for built-in. Unity 6 at least, but only for built-in. That could be changed. For Android, iOS, WebGL, PC, Mac, Linux, and more. Excellent. Okay. I mean, it seems like a great deal, right? Some images used in these games are created with AI-generated artwork. Why? I don't know why. Doesn't make any sense. This is Color Matcher. This is one of the games. Yeah, I think they're all 2D, aren't they? So the idea of this game is to bounce the ball into the wall on the block that is the color that the ball is. All right. Different. Stupid arrow. Okay. I basically move the arrow onto the different blocks. Frogger style, if you will. I might say Crossy Road. Try and get to the edge. Okay. Endless Maze. This is a 3D one. So I've seen these type of games in 2D before. I guess they just converted it to be a 3D version. Rolling Maze. You just rotate the maze to get all the balls out. Okay. Starts off easy. I'm guessing it gets more challenging. Okay. Color cube. So you have to press on the squares to flip whether they're see-through or not to match the upcoming block. This is not too dissimilar to the first game I ever published on the Android App Store. All right, Breaker. All right, different rules for a breakout game. Lines. Not over enamored with that one. Color swipe. A lot of these are older ideas, aren't they? They've been around for a while as mobile games. It just seems like it's drawing on the screen. Yeah, that's pretty basic. Color run. So you can pick up things that are the same color as you and also stars. Different. Road Racer. Like Snake back in the day. Yeah. Snake on the good old Nokia phones. That's a horrible looking steering wheel, I'm sorry. Wrecking Balls reminds me of Smike's stream. When you check in on Smike's stream, it plays the came in like a wrecking ball. I think we gave a shout out for Smike. I don't remember seeing Smike's face today, unless it balked when we did a shout, but
Salacious stuff. Porn?
Salacious stuff. There you go. And that worked. Maybe we've turned a corner. Maybe they're just going to work now. Who knows? Astroblast, not like asteroids at all. Oh wait, totally like asteroids. See, if I bought this as like a standalone asset, which it is, you can go and buy this, I would at least expect some kind of explosion, some kind of 2D particle system when you blow the blocks apart. Even if it's just like some rock shattering rather than just, I don't know, maybe I expect too much. I mean, not for this price. $239 for 70 games is pretty impressive. Fruit Slide. Touch and drag to slide the tiles. So you just have to touch tiles together that are the same to clear them out. Yeah, I've seen these type of games before. That's interesting. All right, Car Parking Adventure. Yeah, that one seems a bit boring. But they're not. They're saying there's 70 games, but they haven't put 70 videos up. I guess if you want to see, if there's a game in particular that you're interested in, then you'd probably go to the actual asset page for it. Infinite Line Runner. Okay, yeah, it's pretty basic. So I think what he's done is he's put videos in this one of the ones that might get people interested, which makes sense. Underwater Bubble Protector. 3D Breaker. $28.99. $28.99? One 2D game template. Come on now. $49. Hot yam. Dice game. All right. Okay. Bit like Yahtzee. Wow. Find the hole. Oh my. Are these actually getting reviews? Are people even buying these? No. Endless Tunnel. I don't know. I'm not so sure about this one. I mean, it's a great deal for all these templates if you did want to create a whole bunch of mobile games. I don't know, though. I think we're going to say no to this one. Let's see what we have from Glay. I know I have at least one asset from Glay. Delivery vehicles. Wait, I thought I had a paid one from Glay. Maybe not then. Pedestrian system, $3.96, and then we have mobile traffic truck, Cake Rush, mobile traffic system, and urban traffic and pedestrian. I feel like some of Glay's assets might have been deprecated. Yeah. I think that's what's happened.
It's very soothing, right? It's like, it feels a little less tedious than, oh gosh, what is it? The spray game.
Thank you. Thank you, one guy, for the TDS. That reminded me that I had commented out the pausing of the music for that, so I've now uncommented it. So if we test it again, we should get the music paused.
It's very soothing, right? It's like, it feels a little less tedious than, oh gosh, what is it? The spray game.
Sir, the spray game. Okay, so mobile pedestrian system is usually $99. It's 96% off. A smidge under $4. Now we do have something already implemented, and it's one that I rolled myself. Should we rip out the one that I put in and put this one in instead? $3.96. Let's have a look at the reviews. 7 5-star reviews. That's pretty good. This is really great work. You can set the pedestrian priority according to your cities. Well, times for big cities. Well, blah blah blah. Okay. Nice asset. Okay, doesn't really tell me much. I have your pedestrian system and the vehicle system. I'm not able to apply the two together in the scene with vehicles. I can't. Thanks for your review, but this looks more like a support request. Yes, don't put it in your review. Design shake. Yeah, I'd like to shake you. Shake some sense into you. Look, reviewer was gifted package by publisher, so they always tell you if the reviewer got it for free, just so you can't sway the reviews and like give out 10 copies to people and then say, hey, can you go and leave me 10 5-star reviews so my asset looks great? See, this obviously stinks of the fact that they got gifted the package. All these pros, yay. Cons not found. You've got to find something that you didn't like about it or you felt could be improved. Otherwise, it just smacks of it being a friend that did the review. Again, another gifty. This pack works great and is one of the best pedestrian solutions on the store. Highly recommend. Oh look, another gifty. Works amazing on mobiles. Easy to work with. Everything is well documented. In just a few minutes, your city looks amazing. So, gifted, 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 not gifted, not gifted. Okay, so out of 7 reviews, 4 out of the 7 were gifted. Let's have a look. Let's see if there's anything in this that's not in mine already. Oi, Savaloy. How you doing, TD? Nothing can stop me. I will avoid everything. I mean, we kind of have that in the version that I rolled myself. Oh no, I killed her. Wait, what? Oh yes, I'm not going to jail. I mean, you still might go to jail. Pretty sure that even if you don't kill a pedestrian, running them over is something.
Surely you can't be serious.
Police frown on.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
You can run, but you can't hide. What? This one is definitely not alive anymore. Well, this is cheer, isn't it? I could do this all day. I have so much fun. What? I know my path and purpose in life, so I guess these are all the waypoints that pedestrians follow. That's a lot of waypoints. Seems like a lot of unnecessary waypoints. We have our sidewalk, finally. Waypoint priority. So it basically works the same way as mine, so I'm probably not going to buy this based on that. Install and test. Complete integration. Yeah, I think at this point, ripping out the one I have to put that one in is not going to be worth my while. I don't think it adds anything to the game that I don't already have. TD, what are you up to, me old mucker? Me old mate? I get that it's like 8 PM at night for you now, so you're probably in for the evening. I'm waiting for your report. Was it not on your desk this morning? Somebody might have moved it. You might want to check again and see. No. That's odd. I'll get back to you after the stream and we can have a look together, see if we can find it. Carlos Wilkes has some interesting assets. I'm familiar with this developer. Paint in 2D, Paint in Editor, Paint in 3D, Paint Bundle. Flow. What is flow exactly? Fast fluids. Flow allows you to add large-scale interactive fluids to your scene. Ooh. Now, I wonder if we can use this. Do you remember I was saying about when the sea monster comes out of the water? I wanted to have it where there was like foam around him and it was more reactive to him. Maybe this is the answer. Shall leave that open. All right, well, I think I might call it for the day. A little bit shorter stream than normal, but I actually I've had a headache for most of the stream, to be honest. It's probably allergies. I feel a bit congested, but it's slowly turning into a migraine. So might not work as well at scale. I mean, what do you mean by at scale? You mean with something like ocean sized, like in Rescue Ball? Yeah, your map is pretty big. 3 1-stars, that's not good. It's not what it seems. It works well under very specific conditions but has no support from the developer and is practically abandoned. In the Assets Zone forum, the developer explains that it's unlikely to be updated or have its bugs fixed because it doesn't sell much. Wow. And that was a year ago. Let's see if he kept to his word. No, May 14th this year, a week ago, he updated it. So not really in line with that comment, is it? Works very well in limited situations. Works well if you want to simulate fluid in a predetermined static scene. If you want to actually interact with the fluid dynamically, it does not work well at all. I think we can nuke that one then. Alrighty. Okay, so yeah, my headache's turning into a migraine, so I'm probably going to raid out at this point. I would have normally streamed for another couple of hours, but yeah, this migraine's kicking my butt right now. Well, not my butt, my head, but yeah, you get the drill. And I think we probably know where we're headed today, right? Because it's not very often that we get to raid out to Balint unless he does an early start to his stream. So let's head on over to the ending scene. Here we go. This is my schedule for the week. Let me kick off the raid message real quick. Big thanks, as always, to the moderators. And we had a raid from the lovely Junicorn Jenny. There's the link to go follow if you're not already following. And yeah, Cyan Streams. All right, the raid has been kicked off. You'll see a thumbnail come up in the bottom corner, as per usual. And there are your raid messages. The first one for subscribers, second one for non-subscribers, just because you don't have access to the emotes and stuff. Take care of yourself, and the migraine was fighting one another the last few days. Yeah, I think Lodoc passed it on. Lodoc had one for the last few days and is better today, so I guess now it's my turn.
That is very, very clever.
Have some tablets and rest up. Thank you. Yes, I feel like some ibuprofen might be in my future.
Give him
So we'll do the raid over to Belint, and we'll do the hello and the stuffs, and then yeah, I'll go take some tablets. Thank you, South Rebel, for stopping by. Appreciate it. And thank you everybody that did all the things today. Whether you were generous with your money, or generous with your time, or just lurking in the background, it's appreciated. So I'll be back, hopefully with some PC news, who knows, tomorrow at 10 AM Central Time, as per usual, and hopefully you can stop by at some point then and see what we get up to. We won't focus anymore on the sale. I think we're done with that. So tomorrow we'll, relatively early in the stream, hop into the project and see how we're getting on with that. So in the meantime, we'll go and see Belint. Thanks everybody. Thanks Ella, you beautiful human. See you soon. Bye.